Yo, it's my turn. Yo, it's my Ice Griffin, 92 Olympian, former two-time world champ. You rocking with Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, where they think they know everything, but they don't know jack.
What's up, guys? This is Sean with SB2 Tactical, checking in on my Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. They think they know everything, but they don't know shit.
We back. Did you miss us? Yeah, we had a week off. The ladies took over, and they had a couple good episodes. They had Gene Sparrow, who was on Wednesday, and on Tuesday they had Emma V, professional football player and bodybuilder, and they had uh, Berea Griffin. How can I forget her? The baller overseas. So yeah, great episodes, man. But we back. Did you miss us? I can't hear you. That's all right though. Yeah, so I was actually filming Force, that new the new series from 50 Cent. Yeah, I actually was, while the girls pop was happening, I was filming. So I'm exclusive. So forget you. But anyway, let me bring in my all-star team, man, because I'll talk all day. Let me first bring in my man, a human Wikipedia who knows everything and absolutely nothing at the same damn time. J.I.
What's up, baby?
What
We
up
back,
with you?
baby.
How you
We
feel,
back in
man?
effect.
All
You
right,
know what,
yes,
man?
sir.
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I mean, I can't wait to get it. I can't wait to get it cracking.
Yeah, man, this is gonna be a great episode, man. I can't wait, man. I'm a little sluggish today, man. I went and got that COVID vaccine.
The first
Yeah,
shot or the second one?
the
This your
first
first one?
the first
Oh
one.
man.
I got it yesterday. So
Yeah. I thought you said today. I said you'd be okay today, but
no, not today. I got it
you got it
yesterday. So
yesterday. So yeah,
yeah, so
arm might be a little sore.
I got a headache, arm sore as hell, but you know what? I'm here. I'm alive. I didn't want to take that bullshit though, but man, they said in order to go to the Bears games, you got to take it. I was like,
Really?
what? That's none of your
Yeah.
fucking business if I take it or not. But hey, I
So
mean,
wait a minute. I don't know how they're gonna enforce that, but okay. So I don't
I
know.
I don't either because anybody can make that card. Lil Ray down the street, he making cards now. All you got to do is write your damn name on it.
Hey, they not asking. They saying, well, man, you gotta wear that mask. You vaccinated, yeah. We'll just take it to honor system. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we all know some ends ain't honorable, man. They ain't honorable.
Hey, man, I ain't got enough money, but I'm gonna bring it back later for this. That's the honor system. Like,
Right,
okay.
right. I'm gonna bring it back later. You wait on that.
Yeah,
Let's bring in
since y'all believe in people.
let's bring in the final piece of the All-Star team tonight. My man who knows every single stat from every team since the 90s. JB. What up,
What up?
JB?
What up? What's going on, fellas?
JB, what's good, brother?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was hurting last week without being on the show, man.
Oh man, hey, the ladies held it down.
They
Yeah,
did.
they
I
did.
was
They
in the
did.
back
You know
like,
what?
man,
Hold
they're
on,
gonna
wait a
take our
minute.
spot.
Yeah, Emma, Berea. Okay, hey, can we give Coney Cone some love? What's up, Coney?
Yes,
Coney
yes,
held it
What up,
down.
Kay? What up, Kay?
yes. Konisha.
Bullets,
Definitely.
what up, man? Chiming in already, my man. What's going on, Bullets?
Definitely held it down, man. But we got some awesome guests
What's
tonight,
up,
man.
Bullets? First,
Awesome
most
guests.
definitely.
And actually, we can start with the gun range boss.
Woo!
Yeah, man, he's the boss. First black owned gun range in Illinois. Huge. That's huge, man.
Hey man, okay.
Hey,
Uh,
I carry mine. I carry mine, but
you carry on?
I carry mine illegally. Illegally, but I carry. I mean, man, these ends don't give a shit. So I got to be prepared, man. But no, I'm gonna send in for my license. I took the class. But anyway, I told you I could talk all day, man. I'm excited though.
I
Let's
got
bring,
a lot of questions for that. I got a lot of questions.
bring in Joe Stanford.
How you doing, my man?
What's up, Joe? How you
Chicago.
feeling, man?
I'm blessed, man. How you feeling? How y'all feeling?
All right,
Yo,
now,
what's
Joe,
up? What's
going on,
up,
brother?
buddy?
What's going on, man? All right.
So,
So,
Joe,
yes, tell us.
you from Chicago, man?
I'm from the west side of Chicago.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Okay, West Side.
yeah.
All right,
Born and raised.
born
Yep.
and raised on the West Side. Okay,
Mhm.
all right, man. So what made you get into the gun range? What made you start that?
It was an opportunity that I took. I have a security agency with my stepfather, uh,
Uh-huh.
and we've been running the security agency for about 4 or 5 years now.
Oh,
And
okay.
we just basically wanted to pretty much own all the steps. You know, it's like 5 steps before a security guard can work for us.
Right.
So we just start, just purchasing. We got our own fingerprinting. We got our own embroidery. It's just a
Damn, that's
lot of
what's up.
things that you have to go through to even start working. So that's how I started, and that was the last step. So I became a firearms instructor, and we went to this range to qualify. And so, the firearms instructor was sad about the closing of this one particular range, and I'm like, okay, I'm inquisitive. It wasn't a dream of mine or nothing like that. It was just
Uh-huh.
every opportunity that's before me. I like to try to seize on it. I just got to.
True.
I'm a man of faith that believes that I can do anything. So the door opened, and I asked the question. I said, "Why are you guys closing?" And
Mhm.
they got the going in about the taxes is high, and I said, like, "What, the taxes is high? How much is the taxes?" And but it was a lot of reasons why it was closing, but it was set up for us to be here. It was a God's plan.
Wow,
Most definitely.
that's
Yeah.
inspirational.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, just got to be ready. You got to have faith. You can't, think that anything's unattainable, So if I see any door, I mean, it don't even have to be open, just
You just going in. You
that's a west,
something in,
that's a west side thing. No, I'm just
right? Aggressive, aggressive.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
gotta you gotta be that way. You gotta have faith first and foremost, man. I believe in God, and God is the ultimate reason why I'm in the place that I'm in.
Amen.
I done went through everything everybody went through, being from the west side of Chicago. But I never let anything stop me, or I never think negative. Um, you know, so yeah, it's a long story, but you can ask any questions you want.
Well, Joe, I have a question because obviously you're unique because right now you're one of one.
Mhm.
So how does that come to fruition on the scale of being that one of one? It's not every day that we see our people with our own ranges and our own security firms, and to the degrees of what you've put in place. Why is that so infrequent? Is it just that it's not as obtainable as someone as you who went after it? Or is it just the opportunity is once it's seized, it doesn't really get let go?
Bro, I mean, there's a lot of books out there that people, just let pass by. And most of it is dealing with a mindset. The mindset is what's holding us back. You know, uh, you know, if you know, they say if you can think it, you could achieve it and things like that, but it's real. You know what I mean? The truth of the matter is whatever you can imagine, you should have the faith to actually set out and actually intend to get it. You know, there's a lot of, I mean, a lot of people say, if I just say, for instance, a lot of guys was like, I know it was hard for you because you're black and you this, that. And I said, I didn't think about it. I didn't think about me being black. You know, I thought about what I wanted. You know, I thought about what was before me. So we can become our own limitations. You know, and most times we are our own limitations because we, you know, we put all these things that nobody even had to put on us. Like, oh, I'm black. It ain't never been one. Well, you know, I didn't think about it. I said it had nothing to do with me being black. I didn't think about racism. I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put these things on myself, you know. And whatever, you know, come my way, I'm just gonna set out to try to get it and try to make it happen. And I don't think about the negatives. It's a little
So
like
it was just regular obstacles that anybody would have to go through, no matter what color.
Well, I mean, I don't think about the obstacles. You know, when obstacles come, they come, but you deal with them. We deal with it, whatever situation come our way, we deal with them. But if you think about obstacles, then that's the thing that you're going to be dealing with is the obstacles that may not have even come yet. I deal with things as they come. You know, I don't think
not the
about
achievement. People ain't looking at the end game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I say, most of it is mine, is in your mind. Most of everything is in your mind. I mean, the limitations, that's why I say we become our own limitations. And I just, you know, I just see it. I figure out, you know, you got to do your research. You got to set yourself up for winning. You know what I mean? You got to get your credit right. Right. I mean, just whatever different things you got to do. You got to learn. You got to educate yourself. You know, but you know, hard. When somebody say, "Well, it's hard," hard is just something we got to deal with. But that any success, that's the road to success. Whatever's difficult is the road to success. And I ain't worried about what I can't do because there's nothing I can't do. You know, I mean, everything is right there for you to, you know, it just may be hard, but hard is not a problem. You know, and I'm not trying to, you know, be this person because really this is the most important thing to me. It's not about me being here, but the process of getting here is what I feel that the most important message of it all. You know, all of it was hard. I've been through everything just about unimaginable. You know, what's hard is even dealing with our own people. You know, that's difficult. Sometimes before we even get to a white man or anybody, we have to deal with the negativity of our own people. You know what I mean? Getting past and see, and that's why I say you have to reach beyond your expectations. You know, and those expectations, a lot of times you be thinking like, all right, I got this dream, and I know, and I present it to people, and I know they're gonna be excited about it, and I know they got my back. And then when you get close, and you look around, and you know, man, you know, you get that man. You know what I mean? When you get that man, it's like, man, I thought y'all, you know, I got so I didn't do that. You know, sometimes I set it up just to see, you know, if a person is gonna do something, but I don't rely on it. You know what I mean? I want to give opportunities for us to be able to grow together. You know what I mean? But I don't rely on it. And so that was one of the main things is being able to come out of my own little area, you know. And so and it's funny because I got a story of when I first started. We didn't have nothing, you know. We was bare bones, and we still kind of bare bones. But I had a young black guy came in, and he was, you know, this is like the pandemic time too, you know, and so because that's when I actually purchased the in January the 17th, 2020. But he came in, he's like, man, them bullets hide, man, man, yeah. He gave me one of those. And look, and the white guy came behind him and said, "Can I get 5 of those?"
He sounded like that.
But that was an awakening for him though, because I didn't get into me being disappointed. That was a lesson for him. And in the area that I'm in is Bridgeview, you know, and, right? Bridgeview, Illinois is 87% white, you know. And so when the white guy came and got that, right? I mean, he bought a lot of it, right? Spent about $150, $160. The brother told me, he said, I get it. You know what I mean? That was enlightening for him, just because it was unattainable for where your mindset or your situation is, doesn't mean that I should. Like even Nipsey Hussle, he was selling his CD for how much? $1,000 or whatever that was, and people were like, who go back? And Jay-Z came and bought $100,000 worth. You know, so you know, you can't allow people with wherever their mindset is to dictate to where you're going. You have to reach beyond the stars. I say, you know, you have to reach beyond your expectations and what people don't believe can happen. You know, if I would have told people I'm getting ready to, and I did, told people a short amount of people, but if it would have been broadcast that, yeah, I'm getting ready to buy a gun range, I would have had to deal with a plethora of negativity. Man, ain't never happening. Man, that's right. And that right there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ain't no nigga going. I mean, ain't no black dude gonna own no gun range, man. What you talking about? Fuck out of here.
Yeah. I mean, but sometimes we talk too much too. You know, when we getting ready to do things. Sometimes
you got to keep things close to the vest just for your own sanity.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes, you know, you'll put it out there just to see, you know, who, and it's now don't get me wrong, and there are some that have. My girl and my first cousin, they believe they didn't necessarily believe because it's nothing to think, you know, if it ain't been done. You know, but they look at the individual and say, man, you did do a security company. You have come from here. You know, you come from nothing, you know what I mean? And you've done this and you've done that. And so I had a track record of making amazing things happen. You know, I had a track record of doing that. But, you know, when we talk about doing the impossible, you know, so, but, yeah, I mean, anyway, don't get me. I mean, it's like I said, it's a long process for understanding what it takes to be somewhere. And I think that's one of the problems. Like we see Jay-Z and we see Diddy and we see all these people, and we just looking at the fantasy of the after, but the process should be praised. You know, I mean, they started from the bottom. You know what I'm saying, and they continue to do things. It's not supernatural. It's just, you know, they're daring. You know, sometimes you just got to be daring, you know, and everything you set out to do, you should be daring, because that's what you call faith.
Hey, we got a question from one of our faithfuls.
Okay.
He asks, what are the requirements for guards in Illinois? Is a background check? And is it a background check? And you
well, to become a unarmed guard, which we have armed and unarmed guards, you have to get a perk card, and it is a requirement for a background check for the perk card. Now, to become an armed guard, the first thing you have to do is have a 20-hour class, right? For perk for the unarmed. It's called a 20-hour unarmed certification. Then you from there you apply with the Illinois state to become for your perk card license to be able to do security. So a lot of people out there doing security with no perk card, but you know, even felons can have a perk card, right? So that's a misconception that you can't work security, but you can't work armed security as a felon as of now.
okay.
Yeah, so the next level is to get your 40-hour certification to be able to have your firearm, which you've already done a background check. You probably have to do another background check for that as well. And then to be an armed guard, you would have to work with a security agency, right? And they'll offer you a TAN card, which is something called a TAN card that allows you to be able to carry your firearm from your house to work or from work to your house for an hour or 2 hours or something like that. But if you get your concealed and carry, you can carry, and that's open carry, right? When you become a security guard or police officer, you don't have to have it on the inside. So it's a lot of different processes. But yeah, a background check is probably going to be necessary to be a firearm to be able to work with a firearm as a guard. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. I don't really like to get political on the podcast, but since we have you on, I must.
Mm-hmm.
What is your stance on gun laws?
Man, I think one of the most there's a system set in place, right? There's a system set in place. It's obvious what they are, but I think one of the most important things we got to understand is we got to do what we got to do, right? To put ourselves in position. We talk about the First Amendment all day. We want to be able to say what we want to say, but Second Amendment is just as important, right? It's a whole amendment. It's, I think it's important for us to look at all 26 amendments and start exercising every right. Now you put yourself in these positions, like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do. I think it was one point where it was like 50% of Chicago Chicago males have felonies. That's right. But you would be surprised of maybe 90% of those guys got a UUW for just not having their license, which they could have gotten. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the system is set up because we don't, not saying we don't do right, but we don't really know to do right. And so that's why it's important for me. Like one of the things I did was gave 500. I paid for 500 people to get their FOIA card fees waived, right? And then out of those 500 people, we did a raffle for 120 people to get free concealed and carry classes.
Nice.
Right?
Damn, that's
nice. Well, see, here's the thing. I can't help all 50. The other 50% of guys to get their things done. But I want to give an example of what needs to be done. Right. We got guys that's 20 years old that's getting ready to be 21. Right. That can carry legally, but they're not privy or cognitive of their rights, or doing things the way they need to be doing it. And so that's why I think it's important. And that's why I believe God put me in this position, because I want to be able to change the perspective. It's really a perspective thing. It's really about not, information, being privy to information. And so I would say thousands have come through our range the year and a half that we've been in existence. And that makes me feel good, because it lets me, that these are people who I would say probably half of them people probably would never have gone to a range or just carried and then got that UUW, which is a system trap, right? Sometimes these system traps based on your knowledge. I mean, he say my people perish for the lack of knowledge, and then so if 50% of people that got these UUWs who become felon simply because they're carrying a firearm, which is really a Second Amendment right to be able to bear arms. But the way the system is set up is that they say you got to do this, and that. But then if that's what we got to do, we need to do this, and that. But the problem is that it's not in our face to be able to be presented to us to say, hey, come here, do this, that, and that. And that's what I've been doing. You need to do this, that. And a lot of people have come in because, and it's a mysterious thing. It's a big, ugly thing for Black people to have firearms. And it's because they are illegal. You know what I'm saying? Because they are illegal, but there are people who carry firearms that are legal. You know, we don't think about those. That ain't nothing to broadcast because they're right. You know what I'm saying? So we just get everybody right. That's the problem. The system is there, but we got to just work the system appropriately.
Do you think the system should be more uniform state to state? Because I know you have a lot of places where you don't need a conceal and carry. You just need your FOI card, or you have places where you can carry. I think it's more so down south. You can have a rifle at the age of 14 and 12 and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So is it more that unilaterally the information is like when you're in a bigger metropolitan city, now the penalty is stiffer, of course, but the education part is not as prevalent either. Oh, you down south, you're gonna shoot 10 cans anyway. Go ahead. But city, now we got you. That's what you think about that, like that trapment part, right?
And that's the big joke all around the United States. Y'all got all these laws and y'all got all this crime still. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, I got to deal with a lot of different people from state to state, and you know, it's like, it's really it is. We have some of the strictest laws other than New York and I think California, I believe. And we still got the crime up the butt. You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to put some stuff together. We have a non-for-profit organization called the Entertainment Organization, right? So what we're trying to do is we're just trying to get as many people. Well, I mean, they're coming because for some reason that people feel comfortable coming to my gun range. I would think so. We don't make them feel uncomfortable, but what we do is we educate them. And see, one thing about a gun range, you go to any gun range, it's a structure. You're gonna fall in line. You know, and then most of the gun enthusiasts in the gun community is so organized, so structured, so mannered. You know what I mean? So the proof of having a gun, like I've never had anybody leave out mad in the gun coming into a gun range. Everybody it's a community of help and different things. If somebody sees somebody doing something, you know, inappropriate, hey, come here, buddy. You know, you holding that ain't gonna get it. That's why the kids getting killed right there. You know,
yeah, they doing that.
And the education, but the education, man, when somebody come up in there, they straighten up. And that's why I say, if we actually taught firearms, gun and safety to the young people and children, you know, a lot of problems that, you know, when people make mistakes and things like that, is because they simply don't know what they're doing. But when you come in, and a lot of guys would think it's, you know, when you should know how to shoot a gun. No, you don't. If you ain't never got taught, you don't know how to shoot a gun. Okay, it ain't. It's a few naturals out there, but when you come up in there, and it's just like golf, you thinking you can go and swing that thing like a baseball bat, and that ball don't never really do nothing, because it's a technique to it. You know what I mean? And so you come in there to be taught, and it's okay to be taught, because once you become empowered, and then there's something about when you being taught. That's why I say if we educate our kids in this, instead of taking the guns away, educate them, right? You know what I mean, if you being taught, and that's one of the things about obtaining a FOIA card or obtaining your concealed and carry. We put these young guys up in here and they actually go through the class and then they see what's going on. If you gain something 9 times out of 10, you ain't willing to lose it. You know what I'm saying? You know, so they lose their right before they even get a chance to have it. You know, so that's why I say I want to get the other 50% and say, hey, come up in here and learn something. And then they realize that they can actually make a career out of it. Out of having a firearm, instead of being destructive, you can be constructive. You know what I'm saying? But we got a mindset. Yeah, exactly. And that is a mindset. I mean, the first introduction to these guys in the firearm is what they little homie did or what the rapper's doing, and that's not real. It ain't even, some of this stuff is prop guns, and they ain't never shot a gun in their life. If they did, they doing all kind of looking goofy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It's just about, and I think one of the important parts about me being Black is because I can be a positive representation for our black brothers, you know what I'm saying, and sisters. Like, I'm not a Black from the West Side. And this is very ironic. When you think of Black West Side and gun Chicago, you don't think nothing good, even though we got police officers, South Side too. I
know South Side,
especially the South Side, Wild Hunteds and all these other places. You know,
well, I don't know about especially the South Side.
Well, yeah, okay, especially but I'm just saying that it's the presentation that's being presented, right? So now we have a gun proprietor. We talking about somebody doing something positive, even though we do have police officers that are Black, right? We have security guards that are Black with guns, right? I mean, but we don't necessarily even think on that level. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important for us to just change the mindset and be able to offer new thoughts about anything that we setting out to do. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm passionate about it. So
we love it, man.
We love it.
I'm a card carrying member, and I can't wait to come support you, man. Seriously,
man. I mean, I appreciate it. I'm trying to support. I mean, I'm not. You know, I want to be able to just really just be something positive and get as many of us as we can to just show. I mean, guns don't mean you got to be mad. You know, but that's what's fed to us. But people are in the gun range happy as I don't know what. People are happy as I don't know what in the gun range, man. You know what I'm saying? They leave out, man. You know, I mean, kids and grandmas come in. Oh my God, you know, and then they leave. You got to drag them out. I hit it in the head. I hit it in the heart. But we have to change the narrative. We've been talking about that for a long time. You know, nothing has to be negative. Not even, and especially guns. Guns can save lives as well.
Absolutely.
You know, and guns will save lives with knowledge and education. You know what I'm saying? Education when you come to the range, right, and you get a training session or something like that, man, I'm telling you, you are enlightened. You know, when you know what you're doing, you know you're holding it right, and then you get better every time. Man, it's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother experience. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then you literally become empowered. And then what's so crazy is when I want to relax, you know, I let everybody do what they got to do, and I can go in the gun range and I take my time, because the more relaxed you are, the more accurate you are. You know what I mean? It's just levels to this. People love they guns like they love their dogs. Mm-hmm. They're willing to die for it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's a reason for it. You know, it's not, and then so that's why I say changing the narrative, changing the mindset, changing the perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Is important. That's what's going to help Chicago. You know, you talking about taking the guns out of their hands. How? You ain't did it, you know. So I mean, and they got more guns than I got. You know what I'm saying? And but if we could like, instead of taking the guns out, educate them, bring them in, not villainize them. Nobody gonna come to the gun range and really act up. You know, most times they're gonna, no, all the time, every time we've ever had it, it's always been a positive thing when they done left out of there. And I'm talking about guys that we had to tell, man, you can't shoot accurate with your pants on your knees.
Right.
Boy, how you going? This ain't how you look. This ain't, boy, stop it. You're gonna kill yourself.
Right.
I mean,
boy, you've been watching too much TV. You holding it like this.
I mean, and then I seen a couple of them come in there. hey, come here. Let me
Right.
come here. Let me show you. And then you hold it, and then, you know, because you got to have a stance. You got to have a posture. You know what I mean? So your posture changes when you become more responsible. I mean, see, we just got to give our people the information that we need to be able to change the mindset, to change the posture. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah.
Well,
Joe,
I
I
definitely.
wanna-
Yeah, dog. That passion is crazy.
No, I
The
mean,
passion you have is crazy.
well, I mean, we need to have passion because we ain't got answers. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree, brother.
And every expectation always is negative. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, come on. Like, we saying what Chicago shouldn't be doing. And that's it. I ain't heard nobody come up with a solution yet. You know, just a whole bunch of slogans and rhetoric. You know, take them to the gun range if they shooting. Yeah, put guns in their hand. They got guns in their hand already.
Yeah, they got
Indeed.
guns. Don't be
Joe,
fooled. Don't
Joe,
be fooled.
you gave us a lot. Can you give us your 3 tips to gun safety?
For one, learn about the firearm, right? Which means be taught. Don't think you know it all. All right. If you know it all, right, just come in and let somebody teach you, right? Because most times you're gonna realize that you can learn more, right? Firearm safety is the most important thing, not how good you can shoot, right? So you never point a firearm somewhere where you don't want to destroy, right? Whether it's armed, I mean, whether the ammo is in there or not, you always treat that firearm as if it's loaded, right? I know I didn't give you 3 of them so far, but
yeah, that's okay.
Always assume, somebody said it. Always assume the gun is loaded. You know, and when you come to the range, don't walk around with this gun from the station to there. Always keep the gun downrange, right? The firearm downrange, and just be relaxed and respect the firearm and set out to learn. That's the main thing.
Okay, one quick question. Now, listen, you said you were from the west side.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me, I'm from technically, I guess I'm from the east side, southeast side.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have a whole lot of gunplay over there. We were, I kind of grew up. I don't know why you frowning your face up like that, Terrence. Because you got your 4A card, Terrence?
Yeah, I got my Ford card, man.
That
was actually my trainer that signed in the beginning. That was actually my trainer. I was just talking shit.
I got you. Yeah, you didn't grow up over east. You need a 4A card.
That's
you know what I'm saying? You say we had a couple of problems out there on 83rd, 87th. We straightened them out a little differently. But now, since people don't really want to, do that, somebody that's a rookie to this is me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to come in. I want to go to the gun range, man. I want to go on Harlem and check you out. Come in. I don't have a 4A card. Can I come in and just start shooting? How does that work?
Why would you want to come in anywhere just start shooting?
I mean,
you gotta have a 4A card. You gotta have a 4A card to go to the range.
So you can come with somebody with a 4A card, right? And you can be a guest, right? Okay. But I would suggest you come in and get some training. But we can help you get your 4A card. that's the first thing you do is just come in and get your FOI card. Apply it with get the application. We do those as well. We help people get they apply for their FOI cards. Y'all missed the 500. I mean, you know, I'm gonna get some more sponsors so we can get help a few more people out. But you can come and get your FOI card, but we do have trainers there. If you want to do a basic training, we have people that can assist you with that.
What's the timetable for that? I come in Saturday, man. Hey, Joe, I want to get my FOI card. You say, cool, we're gonna hook you up. How long would that take?
It would take about 15 to 20 minutes.
No, I'm talking about to get the FOI card.
Oh, that's out of my hands.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, it's no.
Mine came in like 3 weeks.
Well, normally it's 30 to 60 days.
Okay.
But it's been way longer than that lately. I mean, because of the pandemic. Well, I don't even know if it's because of the pandemic. It's just been taking a long time. But I think it's simmering down now. I think the time is a little bit faster. So, but that's a patience thing. But if you rather get in line than to not get in line, right? So, you want to come and do it ASAP. It's people that thought it was very, very necessary to have a FOI card 3 years ago, and then felt like they needed to buy a gun, and then they apply. Well, no, you should have got in line 3 years ago and got it done, because when it's time for you to be able to buy, you're not going to be able to buy. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to get in and get it done. Stop procrastinating. I'm pretty sure you thought about it 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So come in tomorrow.
Can you okay, so what about like background checks and stuff like that? Can you have anything on your background, like and get a FOI card?
Technically, you're not supposed to have a felony. Yeah,
man.
But my thing is this, if you don't know, then know for sure.
No, man. You know what?
You ain't gonna get a strike for trying.
It's these mattresses. These mattresses in my. I keep tearing the tags off these mattresses. I think they might.
Hey, this guy here, man.
That tag says clearly, do not remove this tag.
Yeah, you're guilty. You're guilty.
Yeah, man. So that might hold me up.
You do what you got to do, man.
No, man. I think I'm good, man. I was asking because I know a lot of people say, "Hey, I want to do it," but like you said, they might be a little fearful of rejection, or you're right. Man, what can they say? No, you where you are anyway.
Rejection is nothing. You know what I mean? That's nothing. Yeah.
To be clear, I come in with Terrence. Terrence has a FOI card. We get a little training. Man, it's crazy because I got, my wife goes to the range and she got the targets. I guess they give them to you when you leave. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, then we got non-lethal training as well. We have non-lethal firearms training we do with a company called Mantis, and yeah, it's dope. It grades you from 0 to 100, and it teaches. It has the coil kickback and everything to it, and it tells you everything that you need to do to get better.
So, before we let you go, real quick, because I have a question from one of our people, and I'm kind of interested too. Your classes, your conceal and carry classes, when are those available? Because I have a lot of people that want to get down on that information.
Right now we're doing it's a 16-hour certification.
Like normally a Saturday, Sunday, right?
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, but we do Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays for groups, of 3 or 4 or 5. If you got a group of 5 want to come in on a Wednesday, Thursday, a Friday, then we get a firearms instructor. But eventually we'll be doing 5 days. Right now, I got a lot on the plate. We still building. We still new. We're renovating. So we're new. We're the newest gun range probably in the United States. So it's 2 other Black-owned gun ranges in the United States.
Out of Illinois, you said the United States.
Yeah, it's 3 in the United States. Wow. I'm the 3rd.
And you one of them. That's dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
God
What's
is
that
great.
address, Joe? What's that address?
7410 South Harlem in Bridgeview, Illinois,
7410
60455.
South Harlem.
Yeah, South Harlem. Yes, sir.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
We gonna roll the carpet out. We gonna shoot some. We gonna legally shoot some AKs and some.
AK.
You know, we got everything over there, man.
Hey, start me off slow.
Hey, you know what? It ain't gonna take long, bro. I'm telling
Give
you,
me-
I promise you.
You need that stagecoach gun.
The Tommy
Django 6-shooter.
the Tommy gun.
Pew pew pew.
Oh man, I got something for you. It's called a Glock.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna start you off slow, man. But you know that transition. Matter of fact, we can start you off with the non-lethal, which is dope. It's fun, and then we'll transition. Because that's what it's all about, transitioning. I promise you, you're gonna know what you're doing, and that's the most important thing right there. You will not kill yourself, and you will not kill anybody. You know, because you know what you're doing, and then you're gonna be structured in the right place.
Man, you know what? I'm ready. Hey, Terrence, make that happen, brother. Man,
Done deal.
Let's do it.
I can come with you.
That would be a nice clubhouse outing with Joe.
You know what?
Live.
I got y'all, man. We gonna roll it out. We gonna have a ball. And I already got the cameras. We got a event space in there as well.
Oh, smooth. Okay.
Yeah, y'all got to come in. And we just did a blues show Friday, and we're gonna be doing events every other week. We're gonna do R&B and soul, jazz night. We got a full complete sound system. We got we got our own streaming platform. Some of everything there. Yeah, when you get there, you'll see it. Yeah, so it's a black-owned gun range. So you know we have to have music, and we got all the instruments in there. It's a live. You have this. We set up for a live band, state-of-the-art sound system. So y'all can come and do a show with me one day, man.
Okay,
That's what's up.
Man,
we would love that. Joe on location with you too, man.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
and we're gonna have fun, man. I'm gonna make sure my man Louis. You know, he's a marksman. You know, we even had we got Twist and all of them that come through there. Shoot all the time. Yeah. So I can I do a shout out before I get up out of here, man?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
I'm getting ready to get married July 18th. So
I saw that on your website.
Yeah.
Congratulations, brother.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's my boo. She the only she run me and she run the house. So you know what I'm saying. So, but and then of course the staff, Stanmore Sports staff, Louis, Gabby, Nelly, and then just my partner Jonathan and Arian. You know, so yeah, and my family, everybody else, but. Just want to, and I appreciate y'all and Felicia for setting this up for us. But I want to say I appreciate y'all bringing me on. This was actually one of the better interviews I've had. I'd have been on the Epoch Times and Tribune and all of the Channel 5 and this, but y'all let me get it off, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's always better with the people, man. It's always better with the people.
Yes, sir, man. And I appreciate y'all, brothers, man. And I'm a fan now, man. So, but y'all make sure though, so we don't be talking like, we talk at family reunions. Hey, I got my number. Yeah, I got you. Give me a call. Nah, man, let's not do that because you know good well they ain't nobody gonna call. But let's make it happen. Y'all come over there. Y'all let me know whatever that date is. If I'm in town, we gonna have a ball.
And then we're gonna set that up for real. It could be what you say, T, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
wait a minute. I'm the only one on here that doesn't have a FOIA card.
That's your fault.
I guess so.
So man, y'all gotta come on, hook me up, man. My in-laws live out west.
Hey,
I go out
we gonna take you to Joe.
Hey, that's funny.
Hey Joe, what you tell him? He probably thought about it 3 years ago.
Yeah, he thought about it. He procrastinated.
I did. Come on.
I want you to be the 51%. Come on, man.
Right.
Unarmed.
Yeah. That's all right. You hanging with guys that can protect you. You just get behind them.
Hey, I'm gonna need to.
No, we get you. We gonna get you straight, brother. I appreciate it. But I would love for you guys to come in and be my guest. and then I could show you around the range, man. It's not nothing like nothing else. You know, most people come in and be like, I thought this was a range. Yes, but we do have a range in there, right? You know, but we set up for shows and everything else, man.
I love it. I can't wait.
Sir.
I'm excited.
But
Well,
I'm gonna roll the carpet out.
We're gonna make that happen.
Yes, sir.
Make that happen, man.
Appreciate y'all,
Hey,
brothers, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Love, Joe.
Love, brother.
Appreciate you, Joe.
Nothing
Yes,
but
sir.
love.
All right.
Appreciate
All
it.
right, I'm gonna get up out of here then, brothers.
All right.
Have a good one, Joe.
Yep.
All right, have a great one. All right.
That was
Man.
dope, man.
Ah,
That was dope.
Okay. Man,
you finally gonna get me out the house, T.
Finally, man, we gonna get you up out the crib.
Hey, man.
There we got you, dog. Don't
Man,
even worry.
man, come on, man. I'm out here.
Don't even worry, man. We
Unequipped.
Tanya said she coming too. SP coming too. Okay.
Oh,
Tanya got a pistol too? Golly.
Yeah, man, she got hers too. But hey, we got you, Jay. We gonna take care of
birds catch you slipping.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's crazy. You know, man. Okay, I'm ready now. I'm be.
So that was a great talk with Joe.
Love it.
And love his passion.
Great guy.
Bullet was right. Bullets was right. I like the energy. Man, I can't wait. And 74th and Hustle, that's not very far from me. I get
it's not.
39th in Harlem.
Harlem. My bad. Harlem.
It's like going to Ford City.
Yep. Right on 55. Get
that ain't no way.
So our next guest,
woo,
man, heavyweight fighter. Man, you all should know him. He got robbed a few times. We're gonna talk about that too. But man, he's a great guy. He's back in Illinois now. But I'll let him talk about it. We're gonna bring in former heavyweight Fast Fres. Can't forget that fast. Fres Oquendo.
How you doing, my brothers?
What up, player?
What's happening?
Man,
What's happening, Fres?
Try to stay in shape.
What up?
What's up, my
Man,
brothers?
we look like you sitting in the back of the car. We can't even see you, man.
Yeah, I mean, just incognito. Just I'm at Biden's Export over here by the Brickyard Mall. So,
okay.
When a couple of my students they're doing a little training, I make sure they pay me what they owe. Which is the workout. So they're in there right now. So it's pretty noisy. I don't want to do the interview in there, which is a lot of lights and camera and lights. But people moving the weights and all that. So that's why I'm here.
Well, that's all good, man. We'll take you anywhere we can get you. No homo. No homo. So, Fres, why don't you can start with your upbringing. If we were talking about on Damon, Claiborne, and in that area, you can start there.
Oh yeah, I was raised. Well, I was born in Puerto Rico, and my family and we migrated to Chicago when I was a year old, and I first moved to the Homer Park, where Terrence lived. That's where we first migrated. And then from Homer Park, I ended up moving in Uptown area, over there on Broadway, Wilson, Sheridan area, Uptown. So I had my little beginning of my childhood there. And then our our building burned down in 87. We ended up moving to Lathrop Homes housing project, Chicago housing projects. It's like a mile or two from Cabrini Green. It's on Claiborne, Damon, Diversey. Cabrini is on Claiborne, like the Division, Sedgwick, around that area. So I wasn't too far from the Greens. But yeah, man, I had a pretty interesting upbringing in that neighborhood and survival of the fittest. But here I am today, talking to you all. So I survived. I survived the jungle.
That's dope.
That's what's up.
So how did you get into boxing though?
Well, living in the projects, you always got bullies and guns and drugs and gang banging and all that. So I grew up in Lathrop Homes, where prominently gangs dominated. back in the 80s and 90s.
Was you a gangbanger, man?
You know what's interesting to say that actually the gangs protected me, the Land Kings. You know, we had Land Kings, we had Deuces, we had I think Vicelors at times and Mickey Cobras. It was like yeah, and then you know the Land Kings, they pretty much dominated. You know where I lived, the street on Horn and Diversey and Clybourne, so they pretty much dominated. But you know, I started boxing in 87, and I started at Hamlin Park, you know, over there by Damon and Belmont area, you know, not too far from Lakeview in that area. And man, the rest was history at the age of 13.
Wow. 13. Damn. Okay. Well, you started young then.
Oh, yeah. Well, remember, growing up in the housing projects, man, it's survival of the fittest. And if I would have went with these knuckleheads and hang out with the knuckleheads, I probably would have been a game banger, drug dealer, locked up, dead. And I decided boxing. You know, boxing taught me to say no to gangs and drugs. And, you know, it's the chief of discipline. You know, that sport, you got to be on point. You know, get a lot of discipline. And, you know, growing up in the projects, man, discipline, you know, it's rare, you know, because, again, you got your foot soldiers, you're a game banger, you know, you're out here being a foot soldier, being sent off, you know.
Yeah, and most foremost, yeah.
What's that?
I said, first and foremost, you introductory, you infantry, you the send-off guy.
Right. There you exactly, brother. So you already know. But I was, you know, blessed that the sport and these game bangers respect what I did and what I'm trying to accomplish. So they supported me, you know, believe it or not. So they were never pressuring me to join the gang or anything like that. If anything, they came to support me and went to my fights when I fought in the Chicago Golden Gloves, stuff like that.
Right. So what age were you when you slid into the Olympics?
Actually, I ended up losing a close decision to my crosstown rival. It's crazy you bring that up. This is very historic right here, guys. We got a lot of history with this guy. You guys probably know him. He's in the 24/7 Floyd Mayweather and all that. He's been in Floyd Mayweather's camp for the last 10, 15 years, whatever. But Nate Jones, he's the Olympic bronze medalist. He edged me in the National Golden Glove Championships back in 1996, and he ended up beating everybody and going to the Olympics. And he ended up winning a bronze medal from Cabrini Green. And you know, you were arch rivals, you know, and it's crazy. A lot of people predicted Nate Jones, once we go to the pros, it's gonna be a different ball game because I was more of my style fitted more of a professional fighter. Nate Jones was very crafty, slick, but you know, punches and bunches, and you know, for a few rounds. And the experts were right. You know, I ended up having a very illustrious, you know, professional career, world championship status, and we can get into that. And Nate Jones unfortunately signed with Don King, like I did, but I ended up getting my how you say it, because you know I almost had to sue Don King because he ended up not.
Oh, your contractual release.
Yes. Because you know, like me, Tyson, you know, Tim Witherspoon, Terry Norris, I could keep on going. You know, Don King took advantage of all his champions, you know, and I was one of them. And you know, I got my release because he didn't want to get sued, so I got my freedom, and I ended up going up. But Nate, you know, was promoted by him as well, but unfortunately, you know, he was also managed by his son Carl. So for Nate's career, you know, not only took a little bump, but a little halt, major halt, and his professional career didn't take off like mine. And he ended up being my trainer. You know, I had several trainers coming up. I had Papa Trinidad, Tito Felix Trinidad's father, who was, you know, my trainer as well. After him, I had the great Freddie Roach, who trains Manny Pacquiao, you know, the Philippine, you know, monster. And then After that, Nate Jones, man. Nate Jones ended up being my trainer, my old nemesis. Ain't that guy to this day?
That's what's up.
Man, that's
15
full
years.
circle, ain't it?
Yes. So we got a lot of history, brother.
Man, that's what's up, man. Hey, Fres, anybody that don't know, if they watch Friday Night Fights, if they watch Saturday Night HBO Lights, you was on a lot, brother. And you,
That's
man,
right.
you have some names on your resume. And I wouldn't be your biggest fan if I didn't tell you right now. Hey, to hell with John Ruiz and them people, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm pissed for you.
Yeah, it's crazy because not Larry Merchant. It was the unofficial scorecard. May God bless his soul. The great, not Larry Merchant.
That was Burt Sugar, wasn't it?
No, not Burt Sugar. Yeah, he was another one.
He was announcing it, right?
Sugar. Yeah, that's right. Man, what's this? Oh my God, I'm shooting a blank. His name will come, but he's the one that used to do all the tallies after all the HBO fights, you know, in the late 90s and early 20s. And he unfortunately passed away, but he told me, you know, he's never seen, you know, heavyweight more robbed than me. You know, that was an honor for that man.
Wow.
What was his name?
He did the CompuBox numbers, right?
Yeah. He did all that. Yeah. The unofficial scorecard. Yeah. Man, I got his damn top of my head, man. He's a dear friend of mine, man. Always supported me. But anyway, it's unfortunate that, you know, the politics of boxing, you know, it's just wrong, you know. And unfortunately, I was a victim of it. And to this day, I don't know if you guys been keeping up with me. You know, I have, unfortunately, you know, filed complaints against these criminals in the boxing. You know, my last fight's for the heavyweight championship in 2014 against the Russian Ruslan Chigaev. I was guaranteed $1 million purse and a rematch. And to this day, as we speak, this is 2014. I whooped him. I should have been heavyweight champ. Again, I should have been heavyweight champ. They ended up not paying me my money, and they ended up not getting my rematch. So I ended up suing them in the Southern District of New York, and I won the case. You know, I won my $1 million, and I won my rematch. And now, can you believe the World Boxing Association, one of the most prestigious titles in the sport, the WBA, they ended up putting me kind of like in a shelf. And the federal judge told him, listen, this man, he's rightfully earned his title shot. You know, he had to go to court, you know, over a year and this and that. So yeah, today, 2021, damn near 7 years later, I had to sue the WBA. You know, I'm suing my last guy. But before that, I don't know if you guys, you know, heard, you know, right after my fight, my successful fight, and then I had to sue because I didn't get paid, number one. Number two, I didn't get my rematch. So the WBA, the World Boxing Association, end up, you know, making sure I fight. So I fought the winner of Ruslan Chigaev, who was the champion. They gave him the belt again because he ended up, I guess, not getting stripped because I guess they paid me and their sanctioning fee. So he ended up fighting the Australian heavyweight Lucas Brown. He ended up getting knocked out. So I was guaranteed from the World Boxing Association to fight the winner. So Lucas Brown knocks out Chigaev. So here I am. This was back in 2015.
That's what I was thinking. Harold Letterman. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that was it. Harold, is it? Yeah, Harold Letterman. Yes. Harold Letterman. Yes. Man, great memory, man. What a beautiful soul of boxing that we missed dearly. Yes, Harold Letterman always had me. To this day, you can Google Harold Letterman, Fres Oquendo, and you'll see the beautiful comments he always talk about me, which is pretty, you know, like remarkable because he's iconic, you know, respectable, you know, unofficial scorecard reader in boxing, and he had me win all those fights. But getting back, so I ended up I had to fight the winner of Lucas Brown, the Australian against Ruslan Chigaev. So Lucas Brown upset Chigaev, knocked him out in the 6th, 7th round. So here I am. Okay, this is back in 2015. So I'm supposed to fight Lucas Brown, right? After the fight, a week or two later, he tested positive for steroids.
Oh,
so now, I mean, I'm like, damn. So
which means he got to vacate the belt.
Yes. So I was supposed to fight a rematch with Ruslan Chigaev again. But Ruslan Chigaev said, F that. In other words, he let the people know I whooped him already. The first fight, he ended up retiring. So it gets better. It gets better. So he retired. So here we are, on Wayne again. So in 2017, they end up making a fight with me and Shannon Briggs. Let's go champ. So now I was scheduled to fight him at the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood, Florida in 2017. So remember, it was 2015 that I was supposed to fight. So here I am on the shelf for another year or two. So I finally, the WBA, the World Boxing Association said, okay, we got you, man. You're the mandatory. So whoever's up next, you just fight for that vacant title. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, cool. So here we go again. 2017, a week before the fight, this guy tests positive for 2 hardcore steroids. So here I am again. Damn, he popped dirty. So he ended up, found a drug test. So WBA, Fres, so you got to fight the next developer. So next developer contender. So I'm thinking to myself, damn, this happened twice, man. I mean, it got to be laws or something. It's not my fault. It's already 3 years of my career is taken away from me.
Right.
Crown me champ by default. It ain't my fault that I'm training, leaving my family for over 2-3 months in training camp, and then get ready a week or two before the fight. This guy tests positive. Crown me champ. It ain't my fault. I'm doing my hard work and my sacrifice. So they said, don't worry, you fight. You're gonna fight the next level contender. So I'm like, okay, it was this other Russian dude named Ustinov. He's a 7-footer. So I'm like, all right, cool. So this is now we're 2017. Now we're back in 2018 now. So they ended up, I guess, Ustinov promoter, from Russia, they must have paid the World Boxing Association some money under the table. So they said, Fred, listen, this whole type, let Ustinov fight, Ruslan fights Manuel Char. So Manuel Char is from Germany. He's an Arab, whatever. So he ended up fighting Ustinov. So I'm thinking they're gonna give me step aside money. They didn't even do that. So he ended up beating Ustinov. So the WBA said, okay, you fight the winner. So all right, now I'm gonna fight Manuel Char. So here I am getting ready to fight Manuel Char. So the next thing you know, I ended up getting ready to fight, and Manuel Char upsets Ustinov, the 7-footer. So now the fight with Ustinov is off because Manuel Char upset him. Ustinov was the favorite. He's a 7-foot Russian. He was good. He beat David Tua, just to name a few. So the guy was pretty dangerous, but style makes fight. So I would have beat him by a boxing, a big old slow as molasses. But then again, here I am, 2018. So now I'm getting ready to fight Manuel Char. 2018. I'm in training camp, and again, here it is, the third victim test positive for steroids a week before I'm flying to Germany to fight him in Germany. So here I am. Wow, man, all these years passing by. I'm like, damn, man, I'm not getting any younger. And next thing you know, the fight canceled. So here I am. I'm thinking like, damn, are they gonna crown me world champ? I mean, it ain't my fault that all these criminals, on some diabetic steroids. It ain't my fault. So here I am. That was 2018. You know what I'm saying? Now I had to sue Manuel Char people. To this day, I'm still in a lawsuit. I had to file bankruptcy because the WBA, once again, not doing their part, gave them their blessing. I guess they got paid under the table. So here we are, 2021, because Chigaev, Manuel Char, so many fighters I was supposed to fight. It's like hard to remember. But anyway, I was supposed to fight Manuel Char, and here we are, 2021. The WBA, didn't bless me with my earned, title shot. And here I am at the file Chapter 13 to this day, against Manuel Char and his people and all these cronies, and these other, criminals who used to be assisting me, my so-called boxing advisor, attorney, which his name is John Wirt, and his partner Bobby Hitz. I'm pretty sure you heard of Bobby Hitz, a boxing promoter in the Chicagoland area. I call him a brown paper bag promoter because he's just a local piece of junk, want to be an Italian wise guy, but he's really, he's really a fucking Jew, and with his last name Hitzenberger, and when I say that, it touches his nerves. But anyway, I had to, file check.
Yeah, I bet it do.
Yeah, so I had to sue all these criminals, man. To this day, so I'm having court, this month, actually next month, for that, because I had to go do an adversary for my Chapter 13 because my money's for that fight for mandatory charges in escrow. So these criminals are trying not to pay me, and I already won my case last year with the judge in the Northern Illinois District in Dearborn, the federal court. I won my case, and she said, the escrow count is another day. But yeah, you're right, Fres. These guys, they're wrong. They were supposed to pay you. The heads of agreement, my contract states, if anybody tests dirty or failed a drug test, that money's supposed to be me. But you know how the laws in America, they get a chance. So now they're milking the promoters, mandatory charge promoter, because they got money. They're in Germany. They're the one that put the millions of dollars for the fight with me and Char. So they got the money. So they're trying to make me suffer in the meantime. So that's cool, but everything's going right with me in the meantime. So I'm getting ready to do my deposition, I think, the end of this month. And, man, here I am, 2021, man. So I had to file a complaint against the WBA. So they're shitting bricks right now. So I'm filing a lawsuit against the World Boxing Association, one of the most prestigious titles, in sports, because of their injustice against me. So you can find it all over, Facebook and all that. I mean, you can find it Google and all that. Fres Oquendo versus the WBA. So man, yeah, I'm filing them from for a lot of pain and suffering, and all this holding my career back for the last 7 years. So you'll be hearing some breaking news soon. We got court on the 24th of this month against the WBA. So I'm just hoping for justice so I could help other fighters in my shoes in the future, that went through these things but didn't have the resources, thank God, like I do, the attorneys, pit bulls, to go after these corrupted, association. So here I am today, guys, in a nutshell, why I haven't been crowned a heavyweight champ and haven't fought in close to 7 years.
Well, we know that you should have been called the champ, period, point blank. And that's crazy that the WBA is going through that, because remember, it used to be the IBF that used to be the one with all the scandals back in the day. That's crazy.
And they got rid of the president, Bob Lee. Yes, man.
Right.
Boxing. Wow, a lot of people don't know that. But you're right, brother. So now the WBA, right? One of the most prestigious, Muhammad Ali was a WBA champ back in the 60s. Ernie Terrell from Chicago was a heavyweight champ for the WBA. So that's a very prestigious title. Manny Pacquiao, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, all these champions had the WBA. So here I am making history, probably be one of the first ones to, if they don't, pay me, I mean, they're going to have to file for bankruptcy or something, but of course they're going to have to break me off, son, because they damaged my career. So here we are.
Anytime you hear some money that was in escrow, what I'm saying, I look at it like this: where's my interest?
Right. Oh, the judge gonna put that ass. Oh, that's gonna come. We're gonna milk that. Absolutely, 100%. Yes, you're right. You're 100% right. See, your law. That's impressive.
I love the sweet signs, man. Like I told you, I sitting up with my mom's, man, watching boxing, like every pay-per-view. Like I said, Friday night fights, USA, Thursday night fights, SoBox. Like we just did it all, man. Like I said.
Oh wow.
I remember, like I said, when Tia said Fres, like, man, for real?
Right.
Like, we got some stories to talk about.
Oh yeah.
So I don't want to take over because, like I said, I love the spot. But if you could just talk to us a little bit, go back. Don King. You're not the first person that I know that have personally said some things about Don King.
Right. All right. What a criminal.
But, we all know the story when we was looking at the little Mike Tyson story. We know towels don't cost $10,000 a week.
Exactly.
But like I said, if you could touch a little bit on that, because that's what got your start. Because remember, you started off, I believe, like 21, 22 wins in a row. You were one of the rising stars for letter. You was one of the rising heavyweight stars.
Right. I was promoted by Dan Goosen. The Goosen brothers. They're from Van Nuys, California. They're from Cali, so my training camp was in Cali. So that was before Don King. I ended up signing with Don King because I ended up training with Tito Trinidad's father. So when I signed with them, Don King had a sweet deal for me. But he's a con man. He never paid me what the contract say. He always had little clips saying, unless agreed upon. So he can say, I don't pay you $1 million. But in that clause, it says, unless agreed upon. That's how he got all his fighters. I'm like, damn. So this guy don't have to pay me $1 million because it said, unless agreed upon. So if I agree to fight for $10 instead of $1 million for a heavyweight championship, which when I fought Ruiz, I only got paid $75,000 because I'm thinking I'm getting $1.5 million, but he ended up only paying me $75,000 for a heavyweight championship. Can you believe that? Don King piece of shit. I mean,
off of 1.5. That math don't even equate, man.
Exactly.
Wow.
I mean, I'm surprised he's not even dead. I mean, I'm surprised he's not even, killed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I read a couple of them stories where some people was looking after him and his son.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, Carl King. Oh, yeah. Them two criminals. Yeah.
Wow.
Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't he have a book?
Oh, Don King?
Didn't he have a book not too long ago?
I think so. Some people brought it up to my attention. Yeah, you're like,
yeah, like, and
yeah.
people
I
like,
didn't know, but I've heard it. You're like,
yeah, they said there was a lot of lies being told in that book.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm surprised that man ain't dead. I'm surprised they haven't assassinate that man like a dictator of boxing. I'm shocked.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So, Fres, me and J.I. were talking earlier. We were talking about how it seems like it's becoming somewhat of a trend for older boxers to now jump back in the ring after their 40s. Starting with George Foreman did it, Bernard Hopkins did it, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones just did it.
Holyfield.
Are you trying to join that?
Yes, fortunately, because I was telling my man earlier, I was supposed to be going. Well, I'm still going to Florida, but unfortunately, the fight I was supposed to go was Teofimo Lopez, rising star lightweight champ. He was supposed to defend his title against one of my partner's friend's fighter. He's Australian, so
he got COVID
at the Miami Hard Rock Stadium. Nice little stadium. But we just found out today that he ended up testing positive for COVID. So that fight is canceled. Because I was supposed to meet with the owners of Triller. He's the owner of, making all these former champions fight these MMA, YouTube, challengers and all that, which sells more than real champions. These guys are making more money than world champions. Like you said, Tyson and Roy Jones. I mean, they're making more money than these current champions, which is interesting. Who came up with this concept is a brain, because I'm trying to get in the mix, and I was hoping to meet one of the owners, because I would love to fight Holyfield. Because Holyfield was looking for an opponent, because he was supposed to fight Kevin McBride, the last man to stop Mike Tyson, before Mike Tyson.
Right, and he bailed. Yeah.
Yeah. So man, I was hoping to get on that ticket. So, but I ain't gonna be able to meet him because the fight got postponed to August. So, I'm leaving town Thursday, but I got invited for the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. One of my friends, Antonio Tarver, the first man to knock out Roy Jones Cole, he's getting inducted. So I'm gonna go over there, hang out with him for a little bit at the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. But yeah, so I was hoping to meet with these guys and possibly try to make that fight with Holyfield. Which it would have been it wouldn't have been an official fight. It would have been
exhibition, right?
Exhibition, yeah. But still, we got some unfinished business. The whole world thought.
Oh, most definitely.
I appointed Holyfield. I did something Mike Tyson couldn't do. Go 12 rounds and hit him more than he hit me.
Yep. Another iconic fight.
Yep. Thank you, brother.
Well, Fres, they talk about the heavyweights that are really hard punchers, and you came out victorious in your battle with Bert Cooper. Is he a hard puncher?
Man, that dude. I mean, even before he almost knocked out Holyfield, when Holyfield was the undisputed heavyweight champ,
yeah, he
knocked out a lot of prospects, and it's crazy because I fought Bert Cooper when I was I only had 10 fights, 12 fighs. I was an up and coming prospect. And I'm like, man, you know, the promoters, you know, they had so much confidence in me. Like, man, Fres, I'm thinking to myself, man, they put me with a fucking veteran, with a dude damn near knocked out Holyfield. And I'm like, but you know what? You know, I came from the gutter. I came from the slums. I'm from the projects. You know, this is what I need to feed my family. You know, so in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I'm confident. All right, bring him on. And the dude hit like a fucking brick. But thank God my boxing skills were able to weather the storm. And yeah, I ended up beating Bert Cooper, unanimous decision. May God bless his soul. And where I won my first title, IBC, the International Boxing Council.
Sure
I won
did.
it by unanimous decision against Bert Cooper. May God rest his soul.
Yeah, definitely a battle.
My man Bullets has a question, Fres. He said, who was your toughest opponent? Before you answer that, I want to kind of go with J.I. And I have another, out of this list, I have my own thoughts of who the hardest hitter was.
Okay, go ahead.
You had Holyfield. You had, and I'm going to say it, sorry, Mom, punk-ass Chris Bird. You know how I feel about him.
He's feather-fisted. You know, he don't punch that hard.
he had cotton in his gloves. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, he ended up coming clean, though. He knew that I wanted to fight in a different podcast, but we can talk about that later.
Yep. David Tua, Clifford Etienne, James Toney, John Ruiz. I'm going to say the hardest hitter was between James Toney and David Tua, and I'm leaning towards David Tua.
No.
Believe it or not, man, early in my career, when I was up and coming, you know, my promoter was Dan Goosen at the time, from California. You know, he got a famous brother who to this day he's commentating on PBC, you know, fights and stuff. Who's Joe Goosen, who was one of my former trainers. But I fought in 1999, January 16, 1999. I'm pretty sure you remember this infamous fight when Mike Tyson fought Francois Botha, the White Buffalo from South Africa.
Yes.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. You know, I was a swing bout. So right after Mike Tyson knocked out Francois Botha, because Mike Tyson was getting outboxed. I don't know if you watched the fight. He was so frustrated. You know, he was trying to break Botha's arm. He almost like twisted it. Remember that? It was very controversial. Mills Lane was like, listen, Tyson, if you do that, I'm going to disqualify you. But Mike Tyson ended up hitting him with a right hand, knocked him out cold in the fifth round, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a swing bout. So right after that, you know, I was coming up in the ring. I was right after Tyson knocked him out. As I was walking, who do I see on the aisle? I see the orange man. I mean, Donald Trump. I seen Muhammad Ali. Yeah, that dude. Muhammad Ali stopped me. He looked at me, pointed at me. He said, you know what? I'm going for you, Chicago. You know, it's crazy that a legend, you know, remember me. He was in ringside watching me fight, being a major underdog. You know, I was the biggest underdog because I'm fighting the 1996 Olympic bronze medalist from Nigeria, 6'6", 245 pounds. He was favored to knock me out in a couple of rounds, and they pretty much threw me to the wolves. You know, Dan Goosen with it. You know, that was a shady move, but you know what? I said, you know what? I'm gonna prove the world this is my coming out fight. And sure enough, that year, you know, not only did I have, you know, Donald Trump, the clown, I had the greatest of all time, ringside, about all these celebrities in ringside. That just fueled the fire, and I showed the world on that stage that night at the MGM Grand. I knocked down Duncan Duck Warrior, not once, twice. And round 6, I beat him, and yeah, man, that's when the whole boxing world started noticing me. And I won Prospect of the Year honors after that fight. So if you look at my record, you'll see Fres Oquendo, you know, beating 1996 Olympic bronze. You know, he was the favorite. You know, he was like the darling for Dan Goosen for Dan Goosen promotion. And I ended up spoiling his baby, you know, his money pretty much. So that was my coming out fight. You know, everybody recognized me, and he hit me so hard. You know, to answer your question, what hit me the hardest? He hit me so hard. Remember, he was 15-0 with 15 first-round knockouts. This guy knocked out everybody. Wow. I mean, it ain't like he fought, you know, the world's greatest. I mean, he fought out of Tijuana, Julio, you know, cans or whatever, you know, tomato cans. But the dude could punch. You know, he was a puncher. And I had 2 big old knots. And I'll show you the pictures, or you can Google that fight, and you'll see pictures of me with 2 big old knots. I was getting a signed autograph by Mike Tyson at that time, you know, right after I knocked him out, because Tyson was sitting down watching the fight, And they were like, man, Tyson asked me about who's this kid. So, I had the honor of meeting, my idol growing up, man. Because when I was in 8th grade, I watched Mike Tyson knocked out Michael Spinks in 1988, in the first round. And, I was just like, man, he's like my hero. And here I am fighting the undercard of Mike Tyson, we have the same promoter. So that was like a dream of mine. And, speaking of the hardest hit, in my career, it was Duncan Duckworth, man. That guy hit me so hard. He gave me 2 big old nuts, nuts because I just, thought this guy, everybody thought he was gonna knock me out, but I ended up stopping, knocking him down twice in round 6, and that's all it took, man. The rest was history.
Yeah, you hit pretty hard too.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you already know, my brother.
Can you beat Mike Tyson?
Man, I don't know if you see my Instagram account. I have a poster. It was like a couple of years ago. It was the anniversary because they had a top 5 pick for who should fight Mike Tyson next. This was back in 2001, and they had me. I was top 5. They had John Reed. This when Tyson was gonna come back. What top 5 fighters? That Tyson should fight. For vacant title or something. They had me, John Reeves, I think Roy Jones, I think was one of them, and some other guys, but it was in KO magazine, and I can show you guys, but a lot of people was picking me, but unfortunately Mike Tyson, I was hoping Mike Tyson thought I was the softest out of the 5 bunch of heavyweights he should fight back, so he didn't pick me because my style, come to find out, my promoter Dan Goose was like, they didn't pick you because your style. I got a good jab. I'm taller than him, and he just didn't want to risk because a lot of people figured that I was gonna be the one to stop him. Box him. Around the deep waters, and I was hot in 2001. 2002.
So in other words, he ain't want no smoke.
Right, there you go. Yeah, so I didn't get picked out of that bunch. Yeah, and I still have it to this day. It's on my Instagram. I posted it, and it was iconic because I'm like, damn, my hero. I got a chance to fight my hero, who I was in 8th grade watching him knock out Michael Spinks. Here I am, damn near 20 years later, I'm, got a chance to fight him.
That's crazy, Fres, how they'll say you can't fight said person because your style doesn't match his or your style contradicts his. Well, hell, that's what fighting is about, isn't it?
Exactly, man. And that's what messes up the sport, the politics. That's my my saying and my question.
So are they really saying they don't want no smoke? That's why they're making excuses?
Yep, pretty much. So I'm left with with an old shell of himself, Holyfield. But it's an exhibition, so it's not like we're gonna be fighting with 10 ounces and so don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna hold back. I'm gonna try to light him up if I do get that fight. And Holyfield, he still got that mentality. He don't turn no fight down. He fights everybody, so that's good. I like that. So my
and he Vander like 60 years old.
Yeah, damn near 60.
Hey, close
like 58.
Jesus, right. Jesus Christ!
But man, have you seen how he's looking lately?
It's good.
I seen him working out. Yeah, he put that muscle back on.
Yeah. I mean, legally now because he was illegally for a lot of years. I don't know if you heard. He was considered one of those drug users.
They said that because of when he took cruiserweight to heavyweight so quick, and then all of a sudden, remember, he started losing his hair.
Right, his hair, and then he had heart problems. Remember, we fought Michael Moore. Michael Moore beat him. Yeah, remember the softball? Yep.
Hey, if Evander ever sees this, hey dog, I was just playing. I was just playing. I want no old man ass whooping.
Now I straight tell Evander, you want that other ear? No. I ain't got time to play with you.
Right.
Oh man, but yeah, he is old enough to be like my daddy. Young,
right.
Young father. He's like 50, 58, 59.
I mean, like I said, he definitely.
No, I don't think he's that old.
Like 53, so they got to be around the same age.
Mike Tyson was like 6-7 years younger than him, though.
Okay, really? Because remember, let's do a little data, a little trivia.
I'm about to lift this shit up.
When Mike Tyson was supposed to beat my man in Japan, right?
Buster Douglas.
Buster Douglas. Remember, the next fight was supposed to be Evander Holyfield.
Yes.
But he threw a monkey wrench and all that, and then when Mike got in trouble with that girl, remember, that flipped everything on its ear.
Changed the whole landscape, the biggest upset in boxing history. Yes, you're right.
Correct. That switched everything, and then they met literally like too many years later.
Yes.
We all know, I love Mike Tyson, friends, but we know that wasn't Mike Tyson. That wasn't the Mike Tyson we grew up on.
Right. Yes.
I mean, he was still the most dangerous man, but he wasn't
power
dog.
Because power never leaves, right? You always have the power. Like George Foreman proved.
Can I break in here for a second? Evander Holyfield is 58 years old. What you want to fight a 58-year-old man?
But man, he wants to keep fighting.
Because he want to fight him. Shit.
I mean, if he wants to fight,
wouldn't you kill him?
I mean,
you're right. Destroy him.
Yeah. Okay, it's an exhibition.
But yeah, it's an exhibition because
this ain't Drago and Apollo Creed, man. Ain't nobody about to die.
Martin and Tommy Hearns was an exhibition. You saw what happened to Martin.
Oh man.
Yeah, all right. Jan, was you about to say something? Because I did have another question. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
I'm sorry, I'm a little too excited.
Okay.
Hey, can we talk a little bit about today? Because I'm sorry, Anthony Joshua looking a little soft, Fres.
Suspect. Yep.
So you feel like I feel? He looking a little like,
100%. I was invited. I was at his fight when he fought the rematch with Andy Ruiz.
Okay.
I was there in Saudi Arabia checking out the fight.
My man. So what you think about this so-called? I'm not even gonna call it a trilogy right now. But what you think about this? Because all they keep giving us is Fury Wilder, man, and I'm kind of tired of seeing it.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. You took the words out of my mouth. Fury pretty much owns Wilder, man. Style makes fights. Wilder is one of those punches, depending on the one punch knockout. In boxing, you need more than just power. This is the sweet science. That's why, the Fury makes him look so bad. Even the first fight, which Wilder damn near knocked him out, but even when he came up, he still ended up winning that round. And he's
right. Remember, because he was like kind of like what your situation. He won on points. Remember, Fury had more. Oh, he left.
His connection was bad. I think he was driving.
He had pulled over. But I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all watched that first fight, Wilder did knock him down twice. But Fury popped back up and still around. He outscored him. Oh, Fres is back. Okay, cool.
I'm sorry.
So he outscored, he outboxed. Remember, that's how it became that draw.
Right. So he survived with the draw. But even I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but even with that draw, me personally and a lot of other boxing experts thought that Wilder still should have got Fury should have got that decision. Agreed. He outboxed him out jabbed him out, classed him. And then now you see the second fight, but I don't know if you talked about that, but go ahead.
No, because the second fight was just basically, I'm just about to beat your tail. That's all that was. But only slightly similar injustice in because I know you got to beat the champ. That's always the case. You got to beat the champ.
Right.
But like similar in kind of like what was the Lomachenko Triple G fight? Now we all know Teofimo dropped Lomachenko, which was, that was a boxing like
clinic
art. That was a clinic.
Yep.
But the two Triple G fights, I'm like, well, shoot, I got to get a first Triple G fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, when is this gonna happen? You know?
Yep.
And then they gave us Triple G Canelo twice, and I'm like, who's gonna beat this guy? Who's gonna beat Canelo? So it's a lot of guys that they not putting in front of these people that I want to see. I want to see Sean Porter and Bud Crawford.
Man, that would have been great. Weren't they supposed? Then they had them getting ready to fight each other. Then they had I think they were supposed to fight like last year or something. Whatever happened with that?
So when I read about it on online, the money wasn't an issue. The money wasn't right. Bud wanted a little bit more money.
Oh, really?
Because here's the thing. Even after Sean Porter, Errol Spence, you got one of the Charlo brothers waiting. You got a lot of good fights that should be happening, but yet because of this or that. And I don't know what Bob Arams is doing, whatever. But
politics, yeah.
I like you, whoever they put in front of you, whether they had a name or not, you went and fought. We need to get this done.
Right. Exactly. And
I don't see that today. Because right now, Fury Joshua need to happen.
Yep. Long time ago.
I need to see one of the Charlo brothers get in there, go up, Bud go up, one go down. Somebody got to take out Sean Porter. Somebody got to take out Errol Spence because I don't want to see them fight again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I still like, I don't know if people are watching the cruiserweight division much anymore. I still like Adonis Jordan. Not Adonis Jordan. What's his name?
What weight division?
Cruiser. They called him Superman. Light heavyweight cruiser division.
Oh, Superman. Yeah. Adonis Stevenson.
Don't nobody.
Adonis Stevenson. Yeah. I want to see Adonis Stevenson fight. Hell, every time I turn on the TV,
cruiserweight is not that prevalent anymore. Cruiserweight is not that prevalent anymore.
But tell them, Fres, if somebody would move up to a catch weight and get something going, we would have something.
That's usually what they have to do: move up,
right,
or move down.
I would like to see that. Like I said, Dillian White is a decent prospect, well, decent heavyweight. I would like to see him fight one of these other guys. I don't want to see Anthony Joshua fighting, like you said, just once a year just to show off his jab. Like, I don't want to see that.
Right. right.
Because that's all he's doing. That's literally like, come on, give us what we want. I loved the fact that Mayweather got back in the ring, but that was a joke. I didn't want to see like Logan Paul, man. Like,
oh, come on.
I didn't want to see that.
That
I want
was
to see some real boxers go and fight.
Yep, you're right.
And thank you, Bullets. Adonis is in his 40s too. He the same way. He trying to get it in right while he can.
Well, you know what happened to Adonis Stevenson, right?
His promotion. I know he had a promotion issue because remember all his fights at one particular time kept being international fights.
Yeah, but you know, Adonis Stevenson, his last championship fight, he got permanently brain damage and almost died.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. I missed that one.
Yeah, it's been 3 years ago. Yeah, he retired from boxing like 3 years ago. I was at the WBC convention. Yeah, I mean, I watched the fight.
Explains it. Okay, right, because he was on top of the world.
Yes, yeah, he lost his WBC title to some dude. I forgot, some unknown dude. And yeah, man, his career is over, man. Yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah, look it up. Adonis Stevenson, Superman. Yeah, man, he knocked everybody out. He was a good fighter. Yeah, Adonis Stevenson. Yeah, but he had to retire. Yeah, I seen him at the WBC convention right before COVID, 2019 in Cancun, Mexico. Yeah, we were kicking and everything.
And I was wondering, you know, sometimes you just don't see people because you figure they just taking off.
Right. And he was taking off. You're right. So everybody knew he was a star. But yeah, a lot of people didn't know what would happen, just like you. Perfect example. You had no idea. He ended up damn near getting killed in the ring.
Shoot, that happened to Paul White. Paul White had that loss, and next thing you know, Paul White became paralyzed on a RTV or ATV accident.
Oh wow.
He was up and coming. Not Paul White, Paul Williams. I'm sorry.
Yes, in a motorcycle accident. Yes.
Yeah. Paul Williams
with PBC. With
PBC. Yep. I was just like, man. But what's going on with the state of boxing though, Fred? Like I said, I need some answers, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. The politics, man. These promoters and these agents are not making these big fights. Like you just mentioned, you know, Crawford should fight, you know, Spence, or you know, they should fight the best, you know, and Fury should fight, you know, this damn Anthony Joshua and he this damn Wilder got an arbitration in federal court, and they put a kibosh to that. So yeah, it's just the politics, man. It's just bad, man. I mean, it's at its highest, you know, right now.
But to me, a lot of it, man on man, hey, I want to fight this guy. That's it. That's all.
Right. But it seems to me like the promoters are putting together people who are going to bring pay-per-viewers. It don't really matter about, well, what would be a good fight and who should fight who. It don't seem like that matters. Because Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather, I mean, really? Really?
That was a straight clown fest. They got paid. I mean,
they got paid, but I guarantee you.
Who's paying them?
I know.
We are, because we're paying $60 per
Social
pay-per-view.
media. You have all the million followers, all these clowns.
Isn't that what it's about, though? Isn't it about putting fights together that people want to pay to see?
Yes.
We want to see real fights, though.
JI, hold on. If
Do
you're
we?
telling me right now, I got a champion talking with me right now, and he'll back me up. Right now, we want to see Fury Joshua, and that will break the gate, will it not?
Yes, 100%. Matter of fact, the Arabs end up winning the bid, one of the most highly paid, anticipated fight. I think it's close to $200 million for both fighters or something like that, like that. $250 million, 250, something like that.
They wanted to have it in Dubai, didn't they?
Yes.
He said Arab
money.
I remember reading that, and it's like, man, if you say you giving me $200 million, the difference between that and 180,
Arab.
Let's go. Give me the 180.
Arab.
Yep.
But I think it's a lot of it's too much politics in boxing. We don't have any super fights anymore, like when we had Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler.
Yep.
Not Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, where you had like 3 fights. No Ali Frazier, 1, 2, 3. Like, this is not those days no more.
Yep. You're
That's bothering me, man. Like, and I love. I'm not an MMA guy. I'm not an MMA guy. Like, I don't really like MMA. Like, if we gonna box and you kick me, now I got to shoot you.
Right. And it's crazy now. Like, MMA fighters are doing the boxing on these Triller channels, because
that's where the money is.
Yeah,
that's what. Yeah. It's strange because I feel the same way, JB and Fres. I feel the same way. I want to see boxers box boxers. Yeah. I want to see some quality boxing, but I can't really be mad if these guys are making $100 million. Somebody's paying to see those fights. Somebody wants to see these sideshow, these exhibition freak show matches. So it's like it's man, you give the people what they want, and this is what they ask for. Are you kidding me? It's crazy because you get, and I don't want to blame Floyd, but Floyd's strategy outside of the ring might be as clever as his defensive strategy inside the ring. He postpones a fight 3 or 4 years and ends up getting paid more to fight a fighter that's nowhere near as dangerous now, like 3 or 4 years outside of his prime. That Pacquiao fight wasn't right. Yeah, the guy never want to fight. That guy who Mayweather just made $150 million. The dude never even want to fight. He's like 0-2 or something.
Right.
But he's a YouTube star. He's got a lot of followers on Instagram. That's why.
But I'll tell you this, J.I. When boxing was at its purest state, I can take Fres, this. I can take you back to the mid to late 80s coming up because that's when the cable money started flowing in.
Right. Yep.
Then when the promoters got pretty much wind of these guys can promote themselves, a la Oscar De La Hoya, kicking it off with Golden Boy. Then Bob Arams jumped in trying to be everybody's friend with Top Notch and everything. Yep. So Floyd with the TMT. Now it became, who can I grab the money from? Not who can I fight to prove that I'm the badass.
Right.
Because right now, like I just told you, hey, I don't see too many people beating that boy Canelo, but he got to fight somebody.
You're right. Good one. Yeah, you're right.
And his one loss was to Floyd. What? Floyd gonna come back and fight him now at 45 years old?
What?
Oh,
like,
God, no.
Floyd was smart. He was a genius. Right now, Canelo knocked everybody out.
Man,
Floyd wouldn't even go 2 rounds with him.
Fres, he top notch, ain't he? He top notch.
Oh yeah. He's knocking everybody out.
True. Like I said, Lomachenko was, even though he didn't have the body of work record-wise, Lomachenko was a draw. Triple G was a draw. I love Teofimo Lopez. I watched that fight and I was like, hey, if you don't knock this Ukrainian out, man, let's go. Let's get it.
Yep.
I watched that fight. I will sit up here and tell you right now, the middleweight, I like what's my man, Gervonta Davis. Like, I like some of the younger guys. That's they're not middleweight yet, but eventually, they come up. You start off in one weight class, you go 2, 3, 4 weight class.
Lightweight. He's a lightweight, a welterweight, something like that. Yeah.
Junior welter, super welterweight. And right now, I'm like, I don't see a division where I can get a clear cut draw. I just don't see it.
Right.
The only draw we have is Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. That's the only draw we have right now.
Yep.
And I guarantee you can say on sale for $99.99 pay-per-view and people will buy it.
Yep. That's right.
Oh,
Yep.
man. Fres, this was this was enlightening conversation to
Most
say the
definitely.
least, man.
Likewise.
You've been through it, man. They took you through it, bro. You got to sue everybody, and
Yeah.
you trying to fight when you 49, 48, 49.
Yep. 48. Yep.
You want to beat up a 60-year-old man.
Yep. Ain't that
This
something?
guy.
Hey, but
Fres,
get
I'm
that
gonna call
money.
you champ though, because that's what you are. You the
Get
champ.
that
Thank
get
you.
that
Thank
money
you, brother.
though, man.
Thank you.
Get
Real
that
talk.
money, bro.
I just
Man,
want
where
justice.
can we find you, Fres, to hang out a little bit?
Let's do it, man. Matter of fact, let's follow each other. On Facebook, Instagram. Fres Oquendo on Instagram, and on Facebook, Fres Oquendo as well. And then, man, I don't got enough light. I want to show you my gear. I got my foundation getting ready to open up a facility. So,
Man, yeah. I wanted to
We
see
always
that.
support Fres. Drop that info, and we'll. Matter of fact, I'll follow you this evening. So look out for me.
Oh, absolutely. Let me see if I can show you my shirt. But where I'm at is like dark. It's like can't hardly see nothing, man. My lights end up going off in the car. Oh shucks. Let me see. Let me see if we can see my shirt. But anyway, you can follow me on Instagram, Fres Oquendo. And then my foundation is FOBA. You guys got a pen? You want to write it down real quick?
I'm writing it down now.
F as in Frank, O as in Oscar, B as in boy, A as in apple, I as in T as in Tom. FOBA I N. Yep. FOBAINTL. You got that .org.
INTL.org. Got you.
Yep. So it's FOBAINTL.org.
Yep. Got it.
Cool. And then my Instagram is Fres, FRES, and Oquendo all together. So you'll be able to see
Got
it.
you. Just followed you right now.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yep.
So, and then you following my foundation, FOBA. You see my logo, Fres Oquendo. Do you see it after you follow me on my Fres Oquendo?
Let's see.
Then if you go FOBA, it'll come up. You'll see it.
Let me go back to. Yep, here it is, right here. Yep.
So make sure all three of you guys check it out.
Most definitely.
Doing it now. Yep.
Definitely.
Doing it now. Follow.
Definitely.
Yep. Fres Oquendo Boxing Academy. Got it. Just hit
Cool.
you.
All right, my man. All right, cool. Yeah, my phone's about to die in a minute.
Yeah, man. We appreciate the love, man. And we'll talk
Appreciate you, bro.
for us. I'm gonna message you on the side.
Yeah, let's all get together, get some grub, break bread.
Yeah,
all that
for
good
sure.
stuff.
Oh, I see
Okay.
you. Yeah. Oh, this is dope.
All right, yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt.
Cool.
Fres has been great, man.
Likewise, man. Thank you all for having me on this nice podcast and spread the good word, spread the news of what's going on with my career so the people, can understand, the politics,
Definitely.
unfortunately, is bad.
I'm gonna tell everybody to tune in when you beating up that old man. Everybody just tune in.
I mean, I'll take anything right now. I just want to fight. I just want to get in that ring.
I hear you.
Yes, sir. I understand.
I hear you got a lot of fight left in you since they've been
man.
messing up your
Try to
career.
try to feed my family, man. That's all.
Man, it's
I
all
hear
about
you.
the grind, brother. All about the
Yep.
grind.
Yep.
So now,
All right,
I'm hoping
Fres.
after you, the family. Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, my brother. Stay up, man. God
All
bless.
right. Yep.
You too, brother. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Fres Oquendo.
Hey,
man.
Yeah, he dope. He
there
dope.
was so much more we could have talked about. So much
I'm
more.
sure there's so much more, man. 'Cause I'm
Hey.
sure there's so much more.
Hey, when I tell you that guy took the top of the top, Dude, listen to me. Holyfield, Tua, Ruiz, James Lights Out Tony, like Clifford Etienne. A lot of people don't remember Clifford Etienne. He was like he was like a Corey Sanders, man. He had hands of bricks. And then that soft punk Chris Bird, but that's another story.
Why you don't like Chris Bird so much, man?
He just sucks, man. Like he was the softest heavyweight I ever seen, man. Like
he's soft.
Google it and go watch some of his fights. You'd be like,
I mean, I remember Chris Bird. I didn't necessarily think he was soft, but wow, I mean, okay. You more of a fight dude than me.
But I have to watch some fights with you so you can see that little pawing and petting because he didn't want to get hit.
Man, I mean, Floyd Mayweather do that.
Floyd Mayweather ain't no heavyweight.
He sure ain't. He sure ain't. If I was a little faster, well, a lot faster, I would Floyd Mayweather's. No, I'm just kidding, Floyd. If you watching, I'm just playing.
Hey,
I'm playing, man.
You the heavyweight. That's big boy ball, man. That's big boy ball.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's keep that Floyd card.
Hey, man. So we got Erica in here.
Erica?
Yeah, Erica's gonna do a little quick shy rundown, like abbreviated shy rundown, real quick. The shy actually was better this weekend than the previous weekend. The previous weekend, it kind of lost me a little bit.
They're filming.
Yeah, they're wrapping up now.
No, they've been filming all day right behind my house.
Oh, they're filming by your crib. Yeah, they're wrapping up.
JI, is that like on 83rd?
No, it's on. I moved.
You moved?
It's on 47. Where are these guys at? They're on 48th and Prairie. They were right at the park over here, and all like 48th and Calumet, 48th and Prairie. They had the whole. You know what? The sign say they'll be here throughout the night.
I think they was on like 45th and King Drive or something like that the other day.
Yeah, they moved right down. Yep, they've been filming a lot. Like,
yeah, they're I think next week is a wrap though. I believe next week is a wrap.
And you said 50 Cent's new show is filming here too.
Is it called 61st?
Oh, 51st.
No.
What is it called? It's some show is filming
61st Street.
61st Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But 50 Cent's his series Force. That's the one the one where Tommy is supposed to be gone to California, but it somehow is in Chicago. I don't know how that works. But it was downtown at RPM Seafood on
got you.
On Kinsey. So that's where I was.
RPM Italian joint, Italian food, steak and Italian or whatever it is.
I think it's an Italian place.
Yeah.
Did they make you pay $100 to?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was just one scene though. It was just one scene. I'm probably not even gonna be seen in it. I was just, just sitting down at the table. They gave.
We hope you're not on the editing floor, but I don't know how much time we gonna have. I just, when they cut and you edited you on the floor.
Shit, it might be me. I don't know, but I got my check upstairs, so I'm good.
Hey,
I'm
that's
good.
all that matters, bro. Hey, can I just before you bring Erica in right quick, I just gotta say one thing.
What's that?
What's up?
Has anybody realized that Kevin Durant has 43 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists?
But he's an asshole.
He's
an asshole.
I didn't recognize that.
I didn't either, but I know we haven't talked about enough about these playoffs, but a 43.16 rebound.
Yeah, he's a beast on the floor. He's a fucking beast, monster, man.
And they're winning right now by 2 points with a minute left. But I digress.
So,
good grief.
Well, maybe we can touch on it real quick after Erica gives us a quick synopsis of the Shy this past weekend. So let's bring in Miss Erica real quick. Miss Erica, What's up?
Hello, hello,
What's
hello,
up?
hello.
What's up,
Hey
Erica?
guys,
How's it
How you
going?
how
doing,
is
Miss Erica?
everyone?
Everything's
All
good.
right. Did you miss us?
Hello,
Did you
can
miss
you
us,
hear me?
Miss Erica? Yeah, I can hear you. Can
I
you hear
can't
us?
hear anybody.
You
Can you
can't
hear
hear
me?
anybody?
Hello,
Check.
can you hear
Hello?
me?
We
Hello?
can hear you. Can
Hello?
you hear
We
us?
can hear you.
I
You can't hear us.
can't hear you.
Well, doesn't matter anyway. Just talk about the shot. You don't need to hear us.
Mm-mm.
Okay, maybe I need to type
I
it.
can't hear you.
Okay. You don't even need to hear us. Just talk about the shot.
Hello.
I mean, I don't think you're gonna hear us.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it the audio again?
Mm,
Maybe
Just
take
talk.
her out and bring her back.
All right, let me try that. Can you hear us now, Erica? Erica? I guess not. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, that's weird.
It's real weird. Uh, so
Maybe we text Erica and tell her to turn her volume up. On
yes, she's gonna.
she may have muted.
Is she muted?
No, we could hear her. She couldn't hear us. She may have had the volume down.
Hmm.
So anyway, while we're waiting on that, what do you all think about Nagy saying that uh
That's what he
and
should say.
there's no competition. We're sticking to our plan
That's what he should say.
with Andy Dalton as number one.
But I told you that from jump that he has to do that.
You know what?
Why?
I'm with
Why?
Terrence. I'm with Terrence on this one. I would like my head coach to say, "Hey, I have no idea what we're going to do. I'm just going to wing it from now on." I'd have a lot of confidence in that guy.
That's absolutely not what I'm saying.
Then
What I'm saying
listen,
is if you have a golden goose, why are you gonna sit him on the bench? Let him compete for that starting job.
They
Let
didn't
him
say he
compete
couldn't
for that.
compete, but at the same time, you don't throw him into that situation just to save your own job. You let him progress and say, hey, the Andy Dalton experience is what it is. Now it's time to move in a different direction.
So I just don't understand if you got Justin Fields, who I don't want to say clearly is better than Andy Dalton. I won't say that at this point because we have not seen Justin Fields.
You can't assess that he's better at this point in time.
You can't.
Listen. Your very first game is against a top 3 defense. There's no need in throwing him to the wolves right there. He's already going to get a baptism by fire because we all know eventually Andy Dalton going to get the hook. Andy Dalton is not going to play all 17 games for the Bears. He's not. We already know.
What I'm saying is, why not let him compete?
So again, you're not listening to what we're saying. He will be competing in-house, but to the media, through the media rather, you have to say, well, Andy Dalton is our starting quarterback right now. We're sticking with the plan to make Justin Fields come along slowly. You have to say that. Because when you just say, oh, well, we got Justin Fields, we throwing him in, he's going to save the franchise. Now you look desperate. And when you look desperate, tell him, John, you make mistakes.
Yes, you do desperate things.
Which makes it seem like you don't know what you're doing.
I think I get what Terrence is saying. Seriously, like I think that, like, hey, why not just be a little bit more transparent and say, hey, we're gonna get this guy an opportunity to compete. We talked about it on the show before. You know, the second string, third string quarterback, no reps, if you even have one.
If you even have one.
The backup guy usually gets no reps. We know that's not going to be the case with Justin Fields. Justin Fields is going to get if he doesn't get 50 reps, you're not splitting reps with a guy you have no intention on playing. So, and then at the same point in time, you're not going to draft a guy that high and then give him no reps. He'll end up starting some of these preseason games. He'll start the game in Buffalo against preseason game in Buffalo against Trubisky.
Absolutely, because that'll be like the most important game of his young career at this particular time.
Yes, it makes sense. It's a win-win situation, T. Nick. I really think this. I think if Andy Dalton struggles against these top-tier defenses, they say, "Hey, we don't want to throw Justin Fields to the wolves." If he struggles and he looks bad, then you bring in Justin Fields saying, "Hey, we gave it a good shot." GM, head coach, all of these guys, they don't take too much of a hit for bringing this guy in. We gave him a run. And surprisingly, if Andy Dalton can string a couple of wins and just go 500 with these first few games, you know what? They say, hey, maybe we can bring on the education of Justin Fields a little more slowly, but he's going to end up playing. Win, lose, or draw, he's going to end up playing. But if you don't have to throw, because if you throw him in now and things go left, then they'll blame you as much as they blame him. So I kind of think, and these guys can't do it. Drafting this guy just saved their jobs for a couple more years.
Absolutely. And Bullets, I see what you're saying. Just make sure you give Fields those number one stats so he builds chemistry. But you got to remember, Dalton got to build chemistry too. So I don't see it doing anything more than 60-40.
Hey, Bullet, listen, I think, and I agree with that. You don't get any number one snaps if you're a backup quarterback. Who was it? Kellen Davis said that. He said, no, these guys they don't get any snaps. If they don't plan on you playing and you're there just for emergency purposes, you don't get any snaps. It'll be 60-40 if it's not 55-45. He'll share a significant number of snaps and everyone will know why. When they walk off the field and say, hey, number one is really outperforming Andy. You know, hey, we got to see what we got to do. We got to, let him get a little spin. You're not playing. You're not giving a guy heavy reps if you don't plan on him playing at all. I mean, at that level, I wouldn't assume. But I don't know. But I'm glad that the Bears did what they did. I'm glad they got a solid veteran. I'm glad now that hopefully we can make a few moves, get rid of what's this guy's name? Who I like, Nick Foles. Maybe get something for him so we can build some pieces around him.
Rumor is for him to go back to Philly.
We gonna get a case of Gatorade, maybe 2 cases.
No, solid backup quarterbacks have a lot of, they're a premium in the league, and I think that's what he is.
So he'll get it. Yes, and remember,
yes. I think he's a solid backup.
We always say, "What have you done for me lately?"
Mm-hmm.
There will always be somebody that says, "This guy came in, won a Super Bowl as a backup. Maybe he was in a situation in Chicago where he wasn't set up to succeed. We got a better shot." I could see a Nick Foles going back to Philly. I could see a Nick Foles. Now, this will be the craziest thing. I could see a Nick Foles going out to L.A. to back up a Justin Herbert, just in case. You got a good solid situation.
Yeah, but you're right, because they what was buddy's name? Tyrod Taylor is with the Texans now. And he's the Texans now.
So I would not say this is like Nick Foles is not about to be an ESPN analyst next week. He's not.
No, and you know what? Maybe if the Bears, if they can afford it, maybe they can keep him on the roster a little while. I
thought I read something that they would have the highest payroll for quarterbacks because Justin just got 18.
Oh yeah. I don't. Yeah, you got Justin, you got Andy, and you have Nick
Andy's
Foles.
got 10, and I think Nick's got he's got a high backup salary, like 12 or 13, doesn't he?
No, the only reason I'm saying keep him, if you can't get rid of him now and maybe get something in return, wait till week 2 or 3 when somebody's quarterback goes down with a twisted ankle or something.
Absolutely.
And then his value will skyrocket.
Absolutely.
Because somebody will need him, because you need a stopgap to come in, somebody that can come in on a week's notice and be ready. And somebody, you're not going to find too many guys with that pedigree.
Nope, you're not. You know, and I would venture to say this: if you feel like most of us do in agreement, we got Nick Foles because of what he did that one time. It's gonna be some other teams that feel that way. Arizona could be looking for a solid backup. Hell, I know a lot of people could think it's a lot of mess going on in Pittsburgh. Them other 3 quarterbacks they signed, ain't none of them no good. You know, it's got to be impactful. Does he go to Denver if they don't get Deshaun Watson? There's a lot of places that would take him. Hell, does he go back and back up Carson Wentz again in Indy? You know, Jacoby Brissett, I believe, is a free agent. So
where does he go? I like him.
I want to say that he's on somebody's team.
Did he sign already? Who goes to Oakland? Who goes to Oakland? I mean, not Oakland, Las Vegas now. Who goes to the Raiders?
Oh, that's a very good question. I let me tell you this. I can't even. Jared Goff is in Detroit, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Brissett is in Miami.
I see what you did there. Okay, Brissett's in Miami. That makes sense. But I see what you just did there because Goff is not a proven commodity. Yeah, he got a team to the Super Bowl.
But maybe, you know what? You're right. Maybe that's why you don't bring Nick Foles in because I don't think he's threatening. You know, you put him behind Kyler Murray or somebody. I don't even know if you bring him into a system that if you bring him in, we got to run an entirely different system. But if you bring him in behind Jared Goff won't be able to throw 3 bad passes in a row before somebody's asking to see, hey, let's see Foles. Let's do the Philly special. It'll be the same thing. So he has to go someplace where the incumbent is firmly planted and there's no, it won't cause a quarterback controversy. Because if Nick Foles would cause a quarterback controversy, your quarterback is shaky from the beginning anyway.
I definitely agree with that. So, but it will benefit him to go to a team like Detroit.
Well, see, here's the thing. You got 2 versions of Nick Foles. You got the Nick Foles that wants to be an NFL starting quarterback. Then you got the Nick Foles that wants to just get a job and get paid.
Can't blame either of those guys.
So the Philly Nick Foles.
I'm leaning towards the latter because
Nick Foles.
No, I'm leaning toward the latter because right now Nick Foles has no pressure. What pressure does he have?
He doesn't.
Zilch. He don't have no pressure.
The first thing his agent is going to say is, look at why didn't Nick Foles do well with the Bears? Look at his line. First thing they're going to say. The second thing they're going to do is look at the play caller. Did we do anything that catered to what Nick Foles does best? Nope. And he stayed relatively healthy. He hadn't been healthy in like the last 3 years. He stayed relatively healthy.
Relatively. Yeah.
Indeed.
You got to consider all those factors, bro. All of them. Bullets, you said golf is, well. Hey.
Trash.
You know what?
Jared Goff, number 1 overall pick.
He's not that good. I don't know if I would say trash.
I don't know why.
He has gotten his team to the playoffs. They did go to the Super Bowl too. Or was that more of the coach, Sean McVay?
Or was that just more of the team itself?
Or Aaron Donald?
I didn't see Sean McVay throwing any passes. No, I want to give Goff his.
Well, no, you ain't see him throwing any passes, but he puts the schemes all together.
I know.
They wouldn't have gone to the Super Bowl without Sean McVay. I'll tell you that.
I've never seen a Super Bowl MVP being given to the doggone head coach. So
I've never seen that either because that's not traditional. They don't do that.
So when I want to give the players their credit
without Sean McVay.
So wait, I see.
And maybe Sean McVay wouldn't have done it without them.
So look, let's break bread in the middle. Sean McVay has a quarterback-friendly system.
Yes.
Jared Goff was the right person at the time to run that quarterback-friendly system.
Yes.
Good balance. Matthew Stafford is a quarterback that'll take them over the top.
Yep. And if they don't, it'll be Stafford's fault.
No, if they don't, it'll be McVay's fault for getting rid of a guy that already brought you there.
Yeah, hopefully, because they like McVay. He can weather a little bit of a storm.
I didn't say he going nowhere. He bought himself a little. He got a little equity.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Well, yeah, Stafford is definitely better at football than Jared Goff. So, yeah, it'll definitely be interesting, and I will be at that game.
So look,
I will be at that game,
September 12th, right? Sunday night.
Yep.
I'll call you. I might be around them parts as well.
I'm supposed to get up with bullets. You and I are going to podcast from LA.
Bullets is in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's what's up.
Yep. Me and Bullets are going to podcast.
Oh, that's what's up. We got it. We're going Frisco to Maine here, coast to coast. Okay.
Yep. So Erica is having all kinds of technical difficulties, so I don't think we're going to have a shy rundown this week. J.I., you can run it down. You want to run it down?
You know what? I'm not going to be as positive as Erica because she looked like she had some good things to say. I can give you a brief recap. And let me tell you this. This is from I have a love-hate relationship with The Chi. And let me tell you the silver lining to that love-hate relationship. I will watch it. I can't wait for next week, but not because I'm saying, wow, it's great. So I can have something to be kind of like, man, I don't know. Like they have a guardian angel thing, Trigg's character. Let me jump right into it. Trigg, that's one of the plots, the storylines of defunding the police. They're being very contemporary with things. And I think that this is not less, it's not a very, very big picture type of storyline. It's going to work itself out almost every episode. So you don't have to, you're not going to be on your seat, like like hanging over a cliff to see what's going on. For whatever reason, they defunded the police because that's what the social climate was saying. And now, so they're trying to pretty much on some vigilante, Good Samaritan type stuff, solve problems. I think the idea is great. I think that there's a few holes in that script. And in that thought process, I like that. Keisha, I believe her name is having a baby. I don't know if we know the character. She's having a baby because she was abducted and assaulted. And through that assault, she became pregnant and she's decided to keep the baby, was going to give the baby up for adoption. And I think there's a little bit of foreshadowing that she may, she may want to keep the baby because she had a little bit of a pregnancy scare. And one of the ladies she was considering is a very successful businesswoman or whatever the case may be. I was like,
let me jump in real quick. In the last episode, she told that same lady you were talking about, which is Tabitha Brown. Mm-hmm. She told her you're the one. In the hospital, she did tell her that. Mm-hmm. She told her you're the one. So basically, she is going to give her baby to her.
I would bet like a case of Mountain Dew. I don't even drink Mountain Dew. like Buddy on Undisputed. That's not gonna happen. I don't want to be. Can you spoil something? What's up, Tabitha Brown? Can you spoil something? That's Saban. I think.
See your son.
Yeah,
I want to get Sia San on here. I don't know how to say her name, but she knows a lot about the Chi. I think we should definitely get her on.
I'm worried that. I mean, I like the intrigue that storyline brings in. I don't like the fact that she's going cross-examining these people. Well, I want my baby to do this, and she doesn't like these people because they're too religious. I don't want my baby. Listen, somebody needs to say, hold on, listen, you're giving the baby away now. So it's not your kid. I can understand. I want my baby to be raised in a two-parent household. Yeah, like you were, knock it off. It's kind of
but she can look for that though, can't she?
She can. But
you
you know
saying,
what?
Jay, be realistic of what you're doing because you're the actual one giving up the child.
It's a lot of mixed messages, and I'm telling you that fuels my love-hate relationship. Like I find myself, talking to the screen, like, really? Are you serious? You don't even know anybody. You don't know two people that live in a two-parent household. But I could. Who doesn't want the best for their kid? I guess. But so that's that issue. Jake, who was assaulted, the teenager was assaulted by the police officer in a socially current event type of thing. Had to run in with the cops, and the cops were a little heavy-handed with him, and now he's getting into some type of what is it, a backstabbing type relationship with his buddy Kevin's girlfriend. I think they went out to eat at Goose Island. They went out and got some shrimp, sat down and ate. And I'm thinking, last time I checked, Goose Island doesn't really have any seating where you can sit in there. But
the brewery does. The Goose Island brewery does.
They were having. I think she never had I think they went to get some fish or some shrimp or something. But and then when they went outside, I said, "Oh, this is Goose Island." I said, "I know they're not going to have a beer," but nonetheless, they kissed, and then it was kind of like, come on now, everybody is an issue. Emmett's wife, I think Tiff, is being very flat out with him now. Like, you messed around with me and you told, so now I'm going to mess around with this other guy. And now they're trying to create rules for their open marriage, which I think is crazy. But I like the idea that this is some of the non-traditional storylines. So I really like the idea of that. People are saying, man, that would never happen. Nobody would really do that. But I think that fuels people coming back to see what happens next. Either you agree with it or you don't. Some people might find it empowering. She's letting them know. Some people are feeling sorry for the guy. But either way, you have some type of feeling. You're not indifferent. So you're going to come back and check it out. Papa's character has been kind of marginalized a little bit. He pops in for a quick 20, 30 seconds, so he's still there. But other than that,
why they do him like that? Why?
You know what? Because they haven't really developed him totally yet, and it's a lot going on. So it will be kind of tough with the guys doing their own thing. The mayor, Duda, I like him. Something just looks like
he's cold, man. I love Duda.
Something about him is like he's a love to hate type character.
I'm trying to get him on the pod, man, but he keeps on telling me, "Yeah, I'm coming." But
well, hurry up! I think I don't want to spoil it, but I think somebody ends up shooting him in one of this. So he might not be around too much longer. He's like a gangster mayor. I'm gonna be the biggest mayor, man. I'll be big like Harold Washington. I'm like, okay, I like that. So I think that was some extremely, some Chicago references. Jason Weaver did an excellent job. I don't think anybody's been more Chicago on the show since Jason Weaver. Bullet said people have open relationships all the time. It's not a fantasy. Yeah, you know what? I agree. But the way it was brought, and you know what? And I think that's what it is. It's introducing people to, like, I'm a little bit more conservative, maybe a little closed-minded in some aspects. So I'm saying, is this what's going on, really? It was kind of brought, it was kind of, hey, well, we're just going to do us. And, that wouldn't have, I've never been that wouldn't work with me, but I'm trying to roll with it. Another open relationship. Duda is having an affair with one of the lady that worked. She was Coogie's mom. Was it Coogie's mom? Coogie, the one that got killed?
No, not Coogie.
Not Coogie, the other guy.
Jason's mom.
Yes, Jason's mom, the basketball player.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, she's become like kind of scandalous, and she wants to be a little bit of a power broker.
They're just using each other, though.
Yeah, so it's kind of, it's a little all over the place, but I guarantee you it's something for everybody. I like it. If you think it's The Shy and it's going to be, what is it? If you think it's going to be like a Boys in the Hood type of thing, I think they have some elements of that, but it's more nuanced, and it's something, they're reaching for different demographics. Let me tell you that. Bonnie Sanders. Okay.
We get her on the podcast. she's a little camera shy. That's well,
Cameron,
it's
I heard
fine.
that. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay. Yeah. We
We still come on the pod.
that's what's
Come.
up.
Yep.
Who do I really like? The character I really like. These people just look like Chicago. Kevin looks like a Chicago guy. He's having some issues. I'm not really too crazy about, like, he's going through some teenage stuff. Emmett's mom dating the masseuse. That's going to keep me coming back to the show because I think that's extremely whack. It flies in the face of a lot of things that's going on, but I think that it does bring about some good conversation points. Like, you're dating, one of your son's friends, and he's clearly has an issue with it. And now she's got the news that she has cancer, and it looks kind of grim. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Chi, so they have something for everybody. If you like a little street hard edge, if you like a little drama, what's crazy is, now this is crazy. Bullets, help me out. What did Judge Mathis call it? Wife-in-laws. Emmett has all these
wife-in-laws.
Emmett has all of these young ladies that he used to deal with, and they're all friends with one another. He tells his wife he slept with Lala's character, and his wife is still friends with Lala. She doesn't want to be mad at her. Because they're doing business. She wants to keep that relationship. She's mad at her husband. Kevin used to sleep with Keisha, who's having the baby, trying to get a baby
Emmett
away.
Used to sleep with
I'm sorry, Emmett. Emmett used to sleep with her, and then not Kevin. That would be even worse. But
yeah, the
writers could make it work. Emmett used to sleep with her, and I'm still hung up on her age difference. That's why I need Erica in here, because she's not a grown woman, but she's not a child. And Emmett is not an old, perv, but he's still a little older to be dealing with 19-year-olds. And he's been dealing with her since she was like a sophomore in high school. So it seems a little sketchy. It speaks to some things that we don't really like spoken to. However, all of them are cool with one another. All these women know they used to, they've dealt with Emmett, and they're sitting down. Tiff is having a conversation in Emmett's restaurant about Emmett, and it's like nobody's going to be that cool with somebody that their current mate is, like my wife would not be. I can't invite any exes over, and I don't think it should be that way. It's awkward. It is definitely a little bit of all my children mixed in here, which I don't think is a terrible thing. I think is bringing that back a little bit. So nobody can say it's cliche. Nobody can say it's like, man, I knew this was gonna happen, because I can tell you right now, I didn't see any of this coming. Bullet says Emmett is a fool. I agree, Bullets. Never tell on yourself. I think that was a little lazy writing. Like, oh, my conscience is bothering me. I'm having dreams. And that was some soap opera stuff. He's dreaming and waking up at night. I gotta tell her, are you nuts? Are you nuts? It seems like the writers are trying to make everyone messing around with each other all over the place. Yeah, it's all over the place. It's kind of the fans are gonna like one of these relationships, and somebody's gonna say I like, and they're gonna probably roll with that. I don't know. Tiff don't feel threatened by Keisha, but she should. But she trips on some of the other girls. Yeah. Dante. Yeah. You know what? That's the type of stuff that keeps me coming back to the show. Like, man, she bogus. I'm going to tune in Sunday, see how more bogus
Dante was chowing down, wasn't he, the other night? Man,
yeah, man.
He was that cat, boy.
I know. I'm watching it. I'm trying to watch it in the morning, and my wife was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I can't even watch it. Like, man, listen, because some of it is. I mean, that wasn't even explicit, really. Like, if you really want to see some stuff, it was. I like it.
The way she was moaning, what was it?
Okay.
Hey, no homo or nothing, but
wait a minute. If Suede
was into that,
that's dude's name, Suede. Hell
Suede.
No, Suede. I didn't know what his name was. Suede. Wait a minute.
But you
And
know what?
sweating.
It kind of touched me a little bit when she told Emmett that she had cancer.
You know what? I wanted to be touched by that, but I was too furious with the double standard of her being able to screw around with one of a guy his age. Because if it was now let me tell you this. Emmett's dad can mess with Lala because I think Lala is a little older than Emmett's character, I guess. But if Emmett's dad was messing with Keisha, the Shy would be canceled.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
This is a 40-year-old woman that she's a grandmother 3 times by Emmett, and she's messing with a 20-something-year-old guy.
Hey, Stella got her groove back.
Exactly. But that was in the 90s. If Stella gets her groove back now, you'd have to justify why Fred G. Sanford can't get his groove back. Why R. Kelly can't get his bail back. It's crazy. Like it's. I mean, I get it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with there being a separate set of rules. But when you pretend like they're not, I think the Shy does a great balancing act of that, and I think that's gonna hey, let's run with it. Let's be as risque as we can, and I don't know. Listen, man. My mom couldn't date any of my friends. Hey, you give it a little church hug on the side. Hey, here you go. Don't be full frontal hugging my mom. What's the matter with you?
No, that's ass whooping. Ass whooping.
Hey, man, I thought this was a family show, man.
Hey, as long as
we can say ass, can we can
say
ass.
Bullet says as long as they're 18. Yeah, man. I think that's how I think it works that way for women. But I don't necessarily know if one of your 40-year-old buddies rolled up with an 18-year-old girl, he wouldn't be,
because 15 will get you 20. Exactly.
Yeah. Bullet just saying that because he had that little 18-year-old girl in his closet.
You ain't gotta hide an 18-year-old girl, but society would frown upon
45, it. You do. When you 45, you shame, so you hiding an 18-year-old girl in the closet.
I got something better. How about not doing it? Golly. Golly. But
so
hey, listen.
We need to get Lena on the show. We need to get Lena on the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on. Bullet say damn straight, T.
You got some explaining to do that y'all might not want to hear.
What?
No. Man, listen. Well, I can say all of this. Even though I think that it might be a little all over the place or whatever the case, I can tell you this. I can tell you where I'm going to be Sunday. I can tell you where. Matter of fact, not Sunday. Saturday night, Saturday at midnight
Saturday night at 11. 11 comes on 11 on Hulu.
You know what? I agree, Bonnie. It helps bring in awareness of sex trafficking because I wasn't really aware of I like the way that they tie in current cultural events. I like that. I don't care if it's a little bit campy or corny. Bring it up so we can discuss it. I like it. You're 100% right. The Shy is Nuck needs to get smoked for that. Golly. Peace.
Wow. Okay, it's taking a left turn. Okay, so JB, did you want to say something real quick about the playoffs? Because we can actually get in depth about it.
I do, man. I do, because we've had a lot going on these last couple of weeks, but it's been some great NBA playoff basketball going on.
Mm-hmm.
And my God, if anybody ever felt that Kevin Durant could not basically do what he needed to do to get the team over the hump, y'all just need to go. TNT will re-air this in about 2 hours. That's all I got to say.
Wow.
Brooklyn is going to win the whole thing. Brooklyn is going to win the whole thing.
James Harden played, was 1 for 10 with 5 points. Jeff Green gave him 27. Kevin Garnett scored 49. 17 boards, 10 assists.
You keep saying Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Durant, I'm sorry. Garnett's on the brain. Sorry.
Yeah, Durant can definitely take over a game. He can definitely take over a game, man. He's shown that. He showed it Golden State. He showed it Oklahoma.
Yeah,
He
but
cold.
he pretty much was by himself. At least in the other joints, he had other killers. Today, it's masterful. You're gonna be hearing about this until Thursday, trust me. And I look for the Milwaukee Bucks to be out of here Thursday. That's my prediction.
Man, Milwaukee is gone. They're done. They're done. But yeah, we could definitely get in depth with this conversation when your guy Rico Hill comes on the show. Former basketball NBA. Did he play in the NBA?
He was drafted to the Clippers, Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year, Chicago Catholic League Player of the Year. Yeah.
Okay.
What's his name?
Rico Hill. Went to Brother Rice.
And that would be on July 6th, I believe. But before that, we have a couple shows before.
We have two shows before that.
Yeah. So next week,
which would be the 22nd.
The 22nd.
Yeah.
We have hip hop violinist Edith Yoakley. She's gonna be on the show. Bless us with a little medley, hip hop medley. Yeah, that should be dope.
Can we rhyme over the medley? Because I know it's an instrumental. Like, let me.
Speaking of rhyming, we gonna have somebody that can do that too.
We already have somebody, but who else?
I know you ain't talking about you. I know.
There you go. Come on, man. Like, man, you like what would you
spit
think?
Spit some bars right now.
Come on, man. I'm not a doggone puppet. You don't put your hand and move my mouth. My mouth move because I move.
Give him a beat, JB. Give him a beat.
I'm gonna wait till that. Sweet violin. I'm gonna wait till that sweet violin come. Now, who you gonna have? Who are we having coming on the show? Let me make sure they're official.
My man, Cool Kennedy.
You know Cool Kennedy?
Don't play with me, Jay. Don't play with me. I don't know why you doing that though. He got albums on iTunes.
Hey, listen, I guarantee you, if I don't know him now, I'll know him in 10 minutes.
Yeah, did he stay in the band? Because you're gonna look that shit up.
Nope.
Did he stay in the band SARS?
No, he didn't stay. I don't know. He might have stayed in the Mansard. Hey, they had a lot of producers out there.
Right.
Hey man.
Listen, man. My brother told me, he said, man, where y'all find Jesse Sanders? Man, Jesse Sanders, that was dope. That was dope. I love it.
Yeah, that was real dope, man. That was real dope to have Jesse Sanders on here. He says some good shit too. I gotta cut it up, but yeah, he says some good shit, man.
All right, Cool Kennedy is fine. I gotta check out Cool Kennedy. Okay.
We got some shout outs real quick.
Yeah.
Damn, don't everybody go at once?
I always got some shout out.
All right, I want to shout out somebody that's always supportive, watching the podcast, tuning in, always giving me good feedback. Nicole Jackson from Bronzeville Wings. I definitely want to give her a shout out. Say thanks for the support. We're definitely gonna swing by there tomorrow. Plan on not doing anything.
Me too.
That's what's up.
Me too. I'm gonna call you and coordinate that.
Most definitely. Get the garlic parm wings going.
Yeah.
What you got, T Nick? What you got?
JB, you go ahead. You got some shout outs? Go ahead.
As always, I just want to send a shout out to moms, Miss Sandra. She always watching.
Miss Sandra.
I had some other relatives watching tonight. Some my great aunt.
Wow.
My aunt, my mother's sister, my dad. Yeah, we had some people just watching, a couple of cousins and stuff. So shout out to the fam for always supporting. SB is always every show watching. You know what? I was a little concerned, man. I shout out to Bullets, of course. I didn't see Curtis Clay tonight. I gotta give Curtis Clay.
Oh no, wait a minute. Curtis Clay definitely was tuning in because I was a little late getting together because Curtis he just left my spot. He said, "Oh man, I gotta let you get out of here because you got to be on the show." I'm gonna be
Okay.
soon as so no. He was with us, man.
Well, he always with us. That's why I said
yes.
I'm normally used to seeing him. So shout out to Curtis Clay as always for watching.
Okay, so it's on me. You finish, or you want to keep going?
Shout out to Kevin Durant.
Kevin
Most
Durant.
definitely. Hey, shout out.
All right. Well, I will kick this off by first acknowledging the people in the chat. Bullets, Bonnie, because I don't know how to say your screen name, so I'll just say Bonnie Sanders. I appreciate y'all and everybody that's in the chat but didn't say nothing, or that's watching the pod didn't say nothing. We appreciate y'all too. I want to shout out Fres and Joe. Joe, we're definitely coming to your spot. If you're watching, we gonna be there. Definitely.
I need it.
Shout out to Joe and Fred. Yeah, you sure do need it. You're a preemie. We gonna get you right though. We gonna get you right.
I appreciate that.
Yep. Shout out to my number one fan, Lisette. I don't know if you watching right now. You might have the TV on just so I have a viewer. I don't know, but I appreciate you always. Hey man, we about to get a two flat. A two flat over on the west side. And she made that happen. So shout out to her. Shout out to her. Shout out to Moore's Beer. Who is going to be, they're going to become a sponsor for the CCP. Moore, look it up if you don't know what it means. Moore, Moor. Look that up if you don't know what it means, but it's a black owned beer. 18th Street Brewery. J.I., what was that look for you? Okay.
Who doesn't know what a Moor is?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Some people might not. They might not know what a Moor is.
We're all of Moorish descent.
Yeah, especially you.
and proud of it.
But yeah, I was just kidding. But yeah, shout out to them. They're having a tasting at Bounce Rooftop Club. I think it's like 326 West Chicago. That's gonna be on Thursday.
Okay.
I'm gonna be up in the place. I don't know if y'all are or not, but I'm definitely gonna be up in there and taste this beer. I know it's gonna be phenomenal. But shout out to Moore's Beer. Shout out to my boy Damon, who actually spearheaded that whole effort to get this beer, to get the ball rolling on that beer. So yeah, shout out to him. And upcoming, I want the three most faithful, and we can talk about this, JB and JI, the three most faithful viewers we have. I am going to give them a shirt. I am going to give them a shirt. The three most faithful. But we will decide. All three of us will decide. Three most faithful. But anyway, tune in next Tuesday. We're going to have the hip hop violinist. We're going to have Cool Kennedy. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about some more shit that, that develops with the Bears and whatever else we decide to talk about. Maybe even some playoffs, some basketball playoffs. But this was a great show. My beer is finished. I need another one. So I think we might have to say good night. So for my man J.I., the human Wikipedia who knows everything and absolutely nothing at the same time, and my man JB who knows every single stat from every single team since the 90s, I'm your boy, T Nick, QB, point guard, the coolest dude in the room, but I'm the only one in the room. We out.
Peace.